It's time for high school sports on the NCW Life Channel. Today's broadcast of high school sports on the NCW Life Channel is presented by Harvest Valley Pest Control, Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, Global Car Care, Confluence Health, Les Schwab Tires, Biosports Physical Therapy, Impact Auto Sales, the Highlander Golf Course and Grill, Town Toyota, Automocha, JDSA Law, and Weinstein Beverage. Now let's go live for all the action of tonight's coverage of high school sports on your home for local sports, the NCW Life Channel.
Hello and welcome everyone to another exciting night of high school football here on the NCW Life Channel. Tonight's matchup here from Eastmont High School. It's the Eastmont Wildcats and the West Valley Eagles out of Spokane. Joining me tonight on the broadcast, Eric out of town, my old radio broadcast partner, Steve Sandman. Steve and I did Wenatchee High School games, from I think 2009 to about 2016 or 15.
I'm surprised I got invited in with a face made for radio.
Oh, God, great to have you here, man. And I'll tell you what, we did a game last night in Wenatchee. A little bit different weather here tonight. It was nice last night. Tonight it's cool. There is some wind out there, and that could make a difference tonight.
Well, first Friday night that we've really had football weather here in the Wenatchee Valley. So with the wind, we'll see how it affects field goals, extra points, punts. It could be a little treacherous out there if the wind picks up.
And you know, a lot of people see this matchup on paper, Steve, and say West Valley a 2A school, Eastmont playing in 4A, actually a 3A, but playing in 4A, Big Nine conference. How can West Valley compete? Well, you know, they can compete pretty well. Last year, Eastmont went there and lost 14-10. This West Valley team ranked 5th in the state right now. Eastmont's got their hands full.
Well, these two are pretty good. I mean, Eastmont's got the big running game, and they're going to be tested tonight. Both these teams are 3-0. Neither one of them have conference games yet. They start their conference schedule next week, but this is a pretty good matchup tonight. Eastmont's defense is going to have to step up against these guys.
And really a tale of two different offensive styles. Wing T, of course, Eastmont, one of the only schools in Washington State that runs the wing T, and then a wide open offense for these West Valley Eagles. So it's going to be interesting to see the two different styles of offense.
Well, West Valley's going to try to spread the Eastmont defense. They have a single running back, sometimes run the I formation, but they got wide receivers and tight ends. I think they're going to try to spread the defense, and Eastmont's going to have to be ready for that.
And Steve mentioned the running game of Eastmont, and when we come back, Eric Granstrom earlier this week had a chance to talk to senior running back Carson Talley. We'll also have Coach Mike Dunn coming up as the pregame show continues right here on the NCW Life Channel.
JDSA Law is a proud sponsor of these local sports broadcasts. They've been serving North Central and Eastern Washington since 1946. For over 70 years, their team of dedicated professionals has delivered quality, innovative legal services. JDSA Law partners with you to provide the finest legal advice and support as you navigate your personal and business challenges, risks, and accomplishments. At JDSA Law, they salute our local athletes and wish them well on another excellent season of competition.
When you call Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, you get 35 years of experience and customer service in the Wenatchee Valley. Dick's friendly staff strongly believe in repairing before replacing and service all major brands of HVAC units. Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning is your local, independent, trained comfort specialists, proudly serving all of North Central Washington. Call 884-6444 today.
Pregame show continues here on the NCW Life Channel as we get ready for the battle of two undefeated teams. Talk with Michael Dunn, head coach of Eastmont. Now, first of all, let's go back to Friday. A tight first half. You expected Ellensburg to play you guys tough. What was the big adjustment, if any, at halftime to really take care of that game in the second half?
Realistically, we were moving the ball at will in the first half. We only had 3 possessions until the last one where we just ran out of time. But we were moving the ball, and they had one 9-minute drive where we couldn't get out of our own way, made a lot of mistakes, penalties, not getting off the field on 3rd and longs, things like that. And that first half looked a little closer than I think it was, because I think physically we dominated up until that 9-minute drive. Anytime a team takes up an entire quarter on a drive, it kind of limits what you can do. Second half, we came out, and defensively, we got some of the confusion locked up. They did a few things to us where they did some wildcat stuff, and they ran some different formations that they hadn't done, and we just had to get locked in. And then defensively, we gave up 9 yards in the second half, so they got locked in. And offensively, we were moving the ball again. Outside of 2 turnovers, we kind of moved the ball at will again, and we just got to continue to do that.
Do you kind of like that as a coach, to have that where they show you something you're not expecting to do, because that gives your kids something in the bank for later in the season?
It is. It's good. We get it a lot on offense, so we're used to it. Sure. Every week we line up, somebody does something we didn't anticipate on film, because we run something different offensively that nobody else sees. So a lot of coaches try to scheme up their own way to stop it, and every year it's something different, and every year somebody tries something new if it didn't work the year before. So we've just kind of grown accustomed to it on offense, and for defensively, it's good for them. They get to adjust and see a lot of different things, and make sure they can line up against everything.
What do you expect from this team tonight? 3-0, yeah, and like you said, they're not used to losing. They're going to come on the road and try to knock you guys off tonight. Yeah,
they'll have no fear. Their kids will come out and play. They got some big linebackers. They got one kid who's 235 playing middle linebacker, another one at 225. They got some athletes out there. They got a really good free safety receiver who runs well and goes up and gets the ball. 3-year quarterback returner. They've been throwing the ball a lot and spraying it around the field, doing a lot of 4-wide stuff. But it's a hard working group of kids that'll come hit you in the mouth, and they know how to play football. So we're just anticipating them to come out and not worry about who we are, and just they're going to take care of their business, and we just need to do the same thing.
Let's talk about what's happening up front. You got a couple of guys dinged up, and you're going to have to find some replacements this week. Tell us more about that.
Yeah, we got a couple guys who got dinged up. Unfortunate things, a couple non-contact injuries, and things happen. But it's part of playing sports. But we got a couple guys stepping in. Jack Goodmanson, who started all year last year for us on the O-line, who was playing some D-line. He's moving back over to play some offensive tackle for us. And then we're moved to, we got another good junior center in Jonathan Corona, big squatty kid who does a good job of getting on guys. And as soon as we can clean up the mental stuff with him, he's got a high ceiling. He's a good football player. So I think we'll be all right.
Well, best of luck here tonight. Keep everybody healthy, and we'll talk to you afterwards.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
You bet. Michael Dunn joining us here on the pregame show. We'll come back and talk with one of the players about their perspective on the season so far. It's coming up next on the pregame show on the NCW Life channel.
No calories, no sweeteners, all smiles. Bubbly, sparkling water. Crack a smile.
My name is Brian Thorpe. I own Global Car Care in Wenatchee and have been here for about 25 years.
Brian started Global Car Care as Brian's automotive alternative on Orondo Street.
Some customers were following Brian since Brian's automotive time.
No, we're just grateful to be part of this community. This is where I grew up. We want to do our part to be a valuable part of this community. We want to thank you for trusting our business for 25 years.
The pregame show continues here on the NCW Life channel. Now talking with Carson Talley. Your coach was just telling us that you didn't play football until your sophomore year. What was it that kept you away, and what was it that got you to play football?
What kept me away was I was really big into hockey, so it's pretty time consuming. I just kind of got burnt out of it, and then football, everybody's trying to get me out. And once I started playing, it was just a blast and couldn't stop.
What's the similarities or differences between hockey and playing football? I mean, you're hitting guys.
Yeah, probably the biggest thing is they're both pretty physical sports. It's a lot of skill involved. You can't just go out there the first time and you can't be good at it. Mm-hmm. You got to put some work into it, and eventually over time just practice.
You guys get a big win on the road last week against Ellensburg. They played a little tough in the first half. You guys came out and took care of business in the second half. Tell me about that game and how you feel the team's coming as you get ready for this tough game with West Valley tonight.
Yeah, I thought when we played Ellensburg, I thought our offense came out really hot, and all through the game we stayed hot. Kind of kept our defense going because they didn't have the best of games. But in the second half, our defense, we had a great halftime talk by Don, and we just came out ready to finish the game, and our defense really helped us out.
Now, I know your offensive line is obviously hugely important to make you guys able to run the football. Yeah. You got a couple of guys that went down this week. You got Goodmanson coming in. He played with you guys on the line last year. Yeah. Any lack of confidence for you, or is it just, hey, just make me a little hole and I'm going to go? Yeah,
no lack of confidence at all. We believe in all of our guys. They all step up. We have no lack of confidence. We're ready to go.
So let's talk about Carson off the field. What do you like to do?
Just hang out with friends, play video games, watch movies.
What's the video game of choice right now?
Probably Fortnite still.
Okay. All right. What else? So what do you hope to do after high school?
Right now I'm kind of looking at Central, not play football or anything. Something in construction probably.
Okay. So being that you say, okay, football's going to end once high school's over for you, does that make it that more important for this to be successful for you?
Yeah, I definitely want to end on a high note in my football career because I don't have a desire to play college football. Although I love high school, it's a blast. I just don't have a desire. So I definitely want to end on a high note and definitely remember it for the rest of my life.
What's it feel like? Most of the people out there have never scored a touchdown. So what's that feel like?
Can't even explain it. Once your whole team behind you, celebrating for you and with you, it's crazy.
I mean, you go through all these practices, you sweat like crazy, you work out in the gym and all that stuff, and it results possibly in 6 points. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, you see all your hard work you put in over the off season. When you get a touchdown, it's all worth it. Especially winning games with your teammates, it makes it great.
Well, he's number 4, and you won't miss him because he does a great job running the football. Carson, thanks for the time. Stay healthy the rest of the season, and best of luck.
All right, thank you.
All right, Carson Talley joining us here on the pregame show. We'll get you the starting lineups from Eastmont's Wildcat Stadium coming up next on the NCW Life Channel.
Grant Olson and Steve Salmon back high above Wildcat Stadium here in Eastmont tonight, and the kickoff, and we are underway here from Eastmont. Zach Eng on the return for West Valley out of Spokane. The Eagles right side gets across the 25 and then hit by a couple of Wildcats and run out of bounds, and that's where West Valley of Spokane will begin their first drive tonight right at their own 25-yard line. Great to have you along tonight on this chilly early fall night here in the Wenatchee Valley. 11:52 just underway here in the first quarter. Once again, West Valley at their own 25-yard line. Out at quarterback, Matt Allen, a 6-foot, 183-pound senior. He's joined in the backfield by junior Malachi Clark. He's 5'9" and 172 yards. Two receivers split left side, one to the right. In motion now is Aluja Rollins for West Valley. He gets the ball into the backfield, and he's going nowhere, and that's going to be a loss. Nice defensive play by the Wildcats. And coming up and making that play for Eastmont was Lopez, I believe. Tony Lopez.
Tony Lopez.
And that's a loss of 5 yards on the first play from scrimmage. Eastmont, Steve, comes in with a pretty stout defense. Number 1 so far in the Big 9 in 3 preseason games. Eastmont number 1, and they're showing it here so far tonight.
They are so far.
Dominated so far this season. 42-0 win over Wilson, and then Eastmont won 50-26 over Pasco and 42-13 last week down in Ellensburg. Allen shotgun again, and second down and 15. Looks left side, now right side. Looks off the defense, and a nice hit. It is a completion, a 5-yard gain up to the original line of scrimmage, but that is it. And on the reception for West Valley, don't have a number 86, Steve. I don't
see him on my roster either.
Anyway, it's a 5-yard gain, third down and 10.
Well, good play by the linebacking core of the Eastmont Wildcats. They were right there when he received the ball. And so they're up at third and actually 11 because they had that loss originally.
Right. West Valley out of Spokane plays in the Great Northern League there against a couple of 2A opponents from Washington and Pullman and in Cheney, and then a couple of Idaho teams to round out that league. Back to pass once again as Allen flushed out of the pocket and then goes down inside the 20, down at the Eastmont 18-yard line. Nice play by the Wildcats. And I believe it was Max Prazer, one of the players in there. Also Caleb Garcia in there. And boy, backwards for West Valley on this drive. The ball all the way back to the 19-yard line. So that's a negative 5 yards on that possession for West Valley.
No, not off to a great start for a 3-0 team. And the Wildcats are going to get pretty good field position.
They sure are, as Bale on to punt for West Valley, and standing at the 50-yard line for the Wildcats is Oscar Calvillo. The snap goes over the head of the punter and out of bounds, or out at the ends of the end zone.
That's a safety.
And that is a safety. So Caleb Thomas, rather, was back to receive that. He won't have to do anything. And Eastmont, just like that, is on the board 2-0. Just like you like to start, right, Steve, at home? And then you get the ball back right away.
Boy, for a 3-0 team, you just don't expect the snap to be like that, particularly where the Eastmont was going to get great field position. But Eastmont's going to get the ball now because West Valley's going to have to kick from the 20 after the safety by the Wildcats.
West Valley, Steve, looks like a team that rode a bus all day from Spokane to the Wenatchee Valley. They're coming out a little bit flat here at Eastmont tonight. We mentioned the weather in our pregame show. It's not nice out there, folks, and I'm sure if you've been outside, you'd know that. It's windy out there. We're seeing some wind chills tonight. Temperature when I came to Wildcat Stadium only about 56 degrees, and it's going to cool down throughout the night. And we'll see what kind of effect that has. Most people, though, Steve, and I think you and I are two of those, this is football weather.
It is football weather. Well, we talked about it a little bit in the pregame, that this is really the first Friday night in the Wenatchee Valley we've had football weather.
That's true. It's been very mild. Even last night at the Apple Bowl in Wenatchee, I think we started off at 71 or 72 degrees, and nothing like that here tonight as Eastmont on top 2-0, 9:39 left to go in this first quarter, just underway. Eastmont offense yet to touch the ball. And with that wind, look how close they're Eastmont playing up to receive that kick. And it goes to one of the up man, but he better cover it. It's taken by number 18, Chance Garcia. He ends up making a nice return out of it inside the 40 of West Valley, all the way down to the 37-yard line. So a good field position, a good start for the Wildcats there, and a pretty heads-up play. Kind of dangerous, though, by Chance Garcia. So Eastmont takes over first possession of the night from the West Valley 37-yard line. We'll see what the Wildcat offense can bring here as Carson Everhart, 6'6", 195-pound senior, brings the offense out. He's joined in the backfield by Carson Talley, a 5'10", 180-pound senior, who, by the way, is second so far this season in rushing in the Big Nine. Here's a reverse and a double flea flicker, I should say. This is going to work. Is he going to catch it? Yes. 5-yard line. Won't get in. Drugged down at about the 2. That pass to Austin Popoff. A beautiful play for the Wildcats.
That goes for 36 yards by Everhart on his first pass from scrimmage.
I love that call from Coach Mike Dunn. It took West Valley totally by surprise, and Wildcats just like that in business to put more points on the board with that 2-0 lead. Everhart this time will go under center, Talley behind him. Once again, wing T offense for these Wildcats, and it looks like across the goal line, and it's a touchdown, Eastmont.
Well, 2 plays from scrimmage, Grant. I mean, Eastmont's not fooling around in the early going here. Up 8-0 already, 9:02 early in the first quarter here.
So Carson Talley, a 1-yard run, as Steve mentioned, another touchdown, or another score, I should say, for Eastmont, leading at 8-0. On for the extra point try now. For the Wildcats, Oscar Mago, 5'5", 190-pound junior. Plenty of leg under it. It's up, and it's good. 9 minutes, 2 seconds left to go early here in the first quarter. It's Eastmont 9 and West Valley nothing. We're back to Wildcat Stadium on the NCW Life Channel in 30 seconds. Stay with us.
At Town Toyota, we believe in our community, and we're proud to support this broadcast of local sports. Town Toyota defines reliability and value in both its products and in the dealership itself. We are home to legendary products like the RAV4, Highlander, and Camry, not to mention Tundras and Tacoma trucks. Of course, we offer service for everything we sell and a great selection of pre-owned and certified vehicles as well. So enjoy the game and visit Town Toyota for all your automotive needs.
Eastmont scoring drive, and it's not going to be hard to describe. 2 plays, 37 yards. Carson Talley, a 1-yard touchdown run. The point after attempt by Mago, good. And Eastmont now leads at 9-0, and we haven't played quite 3 minutes, Steve, yet in this first quarter.
Makes it easy to keep the stats.
Here's the kickoff, and it's off to Aluja Rollins for West Valley. The Eagles tries the right side, does get across the 20, then gets pounded down hard at about the 22-yard line. So West Valley, their second possession of the night, at their own 22, their first possession, pretty much a disaster for the Eagles. Not what you want to do on the road. -5 yards in offense for West Valley on that first possession.
That was a great kickoff, too. 52 yards to about the 2-yard line.
It's such a weapon. Kind of, you don't think of it that much, but it does help so much, doesn't it? First down at 10 Eagles now. This chilly night once again as the quarterback for the Eagles, Matt Allen, brings the team out, a senior. Pretty good size offensive line, too. Seth Feist is 238. He's a senior. We'll go through the offensive line here in a second. Handoff right side this time, and it's off to Malachi Clark, and he's got some room right at the first down stick across the 25. It looks like he may have stepped out at about the 26.
I think he's just short where they're going to mark it.
So
he may have stepped out before then because it looked like they're only going to give him a 5-yard gain on this now.
That'll bring up second down and 5 now. The ball at the Eastmont, or I should say the West Valley 26-yard line. Also on the line, Dominic Celia, 6 foot, 175-pound senior guard for West Valley. Lucas Isler, 5'6", 195-pound center. Tristan Meharry, he's a big one, 5'10", 253-pound guard. And on the line, Jared Anslimo, a 6'1", 202-pound junior. Second down 5. Handoff right side again, and nothing doing. Nice defensive play by the Wildcats once again, and in on that stop, Jeremy Gregerson, the 5'11", 190-pound senior for Eastmont, and that brings up third down now and 5 yards, no gain on the play.
So the Eagles have 0 yards for total offense. It was -5 on the first drive, and now it's just 5 yards on this one.
You're exactly right. The number 5 ranks 2A team in the state of Washington actually beat Eastmont last year over in Spokane. Third down and 5 now. Allen shotgun. 3 receivers left. That's a trip formation left side. He's going to go that way. Flag comes flying in right into the hands of Rollins. He doesn't hold on to it at the 35. And that would have been plenty for a first down, but it looks like maybe holding.
Well, that's usually,
that flag was thrown.
Yeah, that's usually the area grant where they drop the holding flag. We'll see what the indication is by the official.
Question is now, will Eastmont take the penalty? Brings up fourth down. If they don't, if they do, be third down and about 15. Looks like they're going to take it. 8:12 left to go here. Eastmont on top, 9-0, and now Eastmont's kind of signaling they do want to decline this penalty. See what Coach Don decides. I like the attire tonight for Eastmont in their plaid kind of, what do you call those, flannel shirts, I guess. Why not? It's that kind of night out here, but all the coaching staff in their flannels tonight. And they do decline that penalty. Not a bad move, Steve.
No, I think it's a good call.
I do too.
Why would you want to give them another opportunity? Because on a 4th and 5, they're going to have to punt anyway.
No, I agree. West Valley out to punt. It's Andrew Aiken, 5'9", 142-pound sophomore. Once again, Caleb Thomas back for Eastmont to return this punt. It's a fake kick, and this is going to work on the sideline. A catch over there to Aluja Rollins, and that's good enough for a first down. Needed 5 and got 7 on that fake punt. Good call by the coaching staff and Greg Whitney for West Valley.
Caught Eastmont just a little bit flat-footed. And it makes us look a little bit like goats because maybe they should have backed it up 10 yards. Wouldn't have been quite so easy.
That's right. It brought up third down and 15.
You know, we're all Monday morning quarterbacks on a Friday night.
Isn't that true? First down at 10 for the Eagles now, just across their own 35 at about the 37. Shotgun formation, handoff right side, and it's Malachi Clark again. Big pile up at the 40-yard line. Did he get there? Looks like they're going to give him the 40, and that's a gain of 3 yards. Bring up 2nd down and 7 now for West Valley.
3rd carry by Clark. He's got 8 yards on the night so far. Not a lot of production. I mean, the big play was the fake punt.
And look how tightly packed this offense and defense are. I mean, it's going to be that kind of night, I think. Once again, handoff and nothing doing. Maybe the line of scrimmage as Eastmont a little extra in there.
Yeah, they're going to put it. They may give him a yard on the forward motion.
Tony Lopez and Jeremy Gregerson from that defense in on that initial stop. And you're right, Steve, no gain right back to the original line of scrimmage. And that'll quickly bring up 3rd down and 7 for the Eagles. Their own 40-yard line with 7:18 left to go here in the first quarter.
2nd tackle of the night by Gregerson. He's been a factor. But they really are. I mean, they've got the box just tight as it can be for the This may be encroachment. I didn't see anybody move, but a penalty on the play.
I think it may be on Tanner May, the big 6'2", 220-pound defensive lineman. He's a junior for Eastmont, and that will make it a little bit easier now for West Valley to possibly pick up another 1st down. It's going to be a little bit short, but a 3rd down and 1 is better than a 3rd down and 6, that's for sure.
First penalty of the night on the Wildcats.
Seen a lot of penalties so far in this early season from all kinds of games that we've done so far. So I don't know if that's the trend. A lot of holding calls this season. Haven't seen a lot of spearing and that kind of thing, using the head or leading with the head, but that'll probably coming as well. Packed tightly in again as West Valley. 3rd down and short here from the 46. Handoff right side, and if the Eagles got it, it's going to be awfully close. Looks like they will get it with the spot, about a yard past.
Good second effort by Allen, the quarterback, to burst off the right guard.
Not bad size for Allen either, as we mentioned, 6 feet, 183 pounds. Also in the starters for West Valley is Trayden Davis-Reed. He's a wide receiver, a junior, 5'11", 187 pounds. Another wide receiver, we've already mentioned his name a few times tonight, Aluja Rollins, a 6'2", 180-pound senior. Cameron Machka, a wide receiver at 5'6", 125 pounds. 1st down and 10. West Valley just shy of midfield at their own 48-yard line. Full house backfield, and the handoff this time left side, and breaks a tackle into the Eastmont secondary. That could have been dangerous, and a nice run by Isaac Smeltzer. All the way up to the Eastmont 46-yard line. It looked like it could have been a lot bigger run than that. Gain of 6. That'll bring up 2nd down and 4. Quickly up to the line of scrimmage are the Eagles. Handoff right side this time to Clark. And not much room to run right up the middle. Maybe a yard to the Eastmont 45-yard line. It's a pretty good drive that the Eagles are putting together here, Steve.
Well, using up a lot of clock, almost 4 minutes, 3.5 minutes worth. But, you know, they've got so many options on a wing tee offense in terms of what they can do, although they didn't run the wing tee that last play.
It's going to be a running kind of night, I think, here tonight with that wind blowing and kind of some chilly temperatures out there. We're going to see who's got the biggest lineman and the toughest lineman. I think that's what's going to determine this one. Once again, handoff right side. It's Clark. Nothing doing once again. The Eastmont defense against the run. Number 1 in the Big 9, as we mentioned in the pregame show, and they are showing it here tonight. Right back to the original line of scrimmage. No gain.
5th carry for Clark. He's got 9 yards on the night.
It's like the punting unit coming on for West Valley now. It's really in a spot of the field, Steve. Even 3 yards, it's a dangerous call here, and it could pin Eastmont back with a nice kick. Eastmont rushes their players off the field.
They're going to go for it on 4th down.
And they are going to go for it. 4th down and 3. Ball at the Eastmont 45-yard line. Trips left side. 5 receivers out in this offensive set with Allen at quarterback in shotgun. He's looking right. He's going right down that sideline. Good coverage by the Wildcats. Wesley McElwain. He's one of the best defensive backs in the Big 9, and West Valley, after a beautiful drive, will turn this over to the Eastmont Wildcats on downs. And, Steve, that was pretty impressive. 4 minutes, 10 seconds on that drive, and 11 plays for West Valley, and they come up empty.
Well, McElwain plays that cornerback position. He's a big kid, 6 feet, 175 pounds. Stayed white with the receiver, timed his jump really well, Grant.
He's quite an athlete, Wesley McElwain. We'll be mentioning his name much more as this game moves along. Now it's Eastmont back on offense. Under center is Everhart. He bobbles the snap. He keeps it, and he's just going to run up the middle and actually going to get about 5, maybe 6 yards. Remember, he is 6'6". So just falling forward, you get a couple of yards, and he gets to midfield, gain of 5.
That's what you call making lemonade out of lemons.
Absolutely.
'Cause that play wasn't going to develop because it was a bad snap. Had a problem getting his hands on the ball, but then turned it back around for a 6-yard gain.
Everhart once again, this time under center with Carson Talley directly behind him. In motion is Austin Popoff, and flags fly, and that looked funny from the start.
Well, Everhart tried to go back. It looked like he was either going to run a play action or hand it off, but he tripped over his running back, and that's going to be a procedure call for 5 yards against the Wildcats.
So that'll take them right back to where they were on this drive to begin with at their own 45-yard line. That'll bring up.
Yep, sorry.
Sorry, Steve. 2nd down and 10.
Second penalty of the night on the Wildcats for 10 yards so far.
I love the Eastmont play calling technique with the cards down on the sideline. I guarantee you they're freshmen down there, Steve. That's the kind of job you get when you're a freshman, right? Or a sophomore, maybe.
Well, they're dressed out, so they're participating.
2nd down and 10, Wildcats. Play action. This time Everhart's going to put it in the air. Nice pass downfield, and it's caught. And a nice catch by Logan Easley all the way down to the West Valley 38-yard line. And that's a gain of 17 for Eastmont and a first down. That was a well-thrown ball by the quarterback, Carson Everhart.
Well, that was a great catch, too, because he threw it to his outside shoulder coming to the sideline to give him the first down on the 38 of West Valley.
Logan Easley, by the way, is 6'2", 160-pound senior for Eastmont. Pitch this time goes wide to Austin Ruffins. He has some room, 25-30. Down to the 25 now. 20 back pedals and goes out of bounds. Knocked hard out of bounds, I think right at about the 20-yard line. And that'll be another nice gain of 18 yards on that run around the left side. Didn't seem like 18, but just like that, Eastmont back in business inside the West Valley red zone. Everhart under center, split out well to the right side. For the Wildcats is Austin Ruffins, who's going to stay in there. Handoff up the middle. There's Carson Talley. Look out. Makes a beautiful move. The 5-yard line. Still on his feet and still moving those legs. Touchdown, Wildcats. Carson Talley, 18 yards.
So he's got 19 on the night, Grant, but that's his second touchdown the night for the Wildcats.
Beautiful run by Talley as Eastmont now is opening up the lead here. 15-0 our score. A little bit of a surprise here in this first quarter with 3.5 minutes left. Here's the hold and the kick. It's up, kind of a wobbler, but it's through the middle and good by the kicker, Oscar Mago. So with 3 minutes, 30 seconds left to go first quarter, it's been all Eastmont so far. The Wildcats 16 and West Valley nothing. We're back in 30 seconds. Stay with us.
Highlander Golf Course is proud to announce their 2 new state-of-the-art full-swing golf simulators with over 80 courses of virtual golf to choose from year-round. Or try their laser shot simulated firearm program, or gaming with football, basketball, and much more. Enjoy Highlander food and drink service from their full-service bar and grill in the comfort of their simulator room. Call the Highlander Pro Shop to book your time at 884-4653. That's 884-4653.
Eastmont Wildcats scoring drive that time. 4 plays, 55 yards. It only took 1 minute, 15 seconds off the clock. Carson Talley, 18-yard run. The point after try by Mago is good. And Eastmont now is up 16-0 here with 3.5 minutes left to go in the first quarter. Here's the kick now by the Wildcats. Pacutis kicks it downfield. I shouldn't say Pacutis. It was number 7, Gregerson, on that kickoff. And the kick return, rather, is Rollins. And not much doing out to about the 16-yard line. Third drive of the night for the visiting West Valley Eagles. And, Steve, they haven't had very good field position at their own 25-yard line, their own 22-yard line. And now they're going to start at their own 15.
Remember, in the last set of downs, West Valley did have a pretty long sustained drive, almost 4 minutes, but couldn't do anything with it and actually ended up turning it over on downs, going for it on 4th down.
You're exactly right. 3 receivers split out left side. West Valley back on offense. Matt Allen, the quarterback, and he gets hit in the backfield. He does manage to get back up to the 10-yard line. One of the first there for the Wildcats, number 52, that's Tony Lopez, only a sophomore, 5'10", 185-pounder. And that's a 5-yard loss once again for the Eagles. Had 4 plays now, Steve, is what I have for losses in this game, or 3 plays, all for 5 yards. And it's been tough going for these visiting Eagles so far in this first quarter. Clock continues to move at 2:50 left in the first. Very quick moving first quarter. Same setup now. 3 receivers to the left of Matt Allen, 1 to the right. Allen back to pass again, has more time this time, goes over the middle, but not very much yardage as Jeremy Gregerson comes up and hits Isaac Smeltzer as he makes that catch. He may have got back to the original line of scrimmage, give him 5 yards. So that'll bring up 3rd down and 10 for the Eagles. Think about Eastmont, Steve. They might bend a little bit and give you a yard, but boy, as soon as you make that catch, they're right on you for a short gain.
They've been able to break nothing long at all. Facing a 3rd and 10 now.
Clark in the backfield. Here's Matt Allen again. The pass, and it's picked up by the Wildcats. Number 44, Nathan Chang. Right side into the end zone. Touchdown, Wildcats. Pick 6 for Eastmont. The Wildcats blowing this one open now, 22-0 here in this first quarter. Boy, and that just wasn't a good idea. Not a very good pass by Matt Allen.
No, Chang had it read perfectly. He cut right in front of the receiver. He saw it the entire time, Grant, if you look at the replay. He was all over it. That one you could see coming.
All right, once again for the Wildcats. On to kick is Oscar Mago. Hold is good. The kick is up. It's good. 2 minutes exactly left to go in the first quarter. It has been all Wildcats tonight. It's Eastmont 22 and West Valley nothing. More from Wildcat Stadium in 30 seconds.
Highlander Golf Course is proud to announce their 2 new state-of-the-art full-swing golf simulators with over 80 courses of virtual golf to choose from year-round. Or try their Laser Shot simulated firearm program, or gaming with football, basketball, and much more. Enjoy Highlander food and drink service from their full-service bar and grill in the comfort of their simulator room. Call the Highlander Pro Shop to book your time at 884-4653. That's 884-4653.
All right, is the score now 23 rather to nothing. Eastmont on top with 2 minutes left to go here in this opening quarter. As Eastmont set to kick it off with Jeremy Gregerson. And back deep is Zach Eng for the West Valley Eagles in desperate need now of a score on the board, down 23-0. Here's the return across the 20 up to the 25, kind of backs his way into a couple of defenders. And that's where West Valley will begin this drive at their own 25-yard line with 1:53 left to go in the first quarter.
I'll tell you what Eastmont does particularly well so far, particularly on these kickoffs to West Valley. When the first defender hits the back who's coming up with the ball, Eastmont has a tendency to swarm. You notice the rest of the defense is all over the ball runner.
That's a great point, too. They are great at that. Coach Don loves defense, and he loves that swarming defense. They do converge really quickly. On this 1st down and 10 now for West Valley, desperately need to put some kind of drive together. Handoff right side. The running game just not going anywhere. Once again on the carry, Malachi Clark, and I don't think he got even a yard, maybe a yard on the play.
It's his 6th run of the night. He's only got 9 yards for net yards. Defense doing a great job for the Wildcats here in the first quarter.
Wildcat football, by the way, is brought to you by Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, your comfort trained specialist specializing in commercial and residential HVAC systems. Online at dicksheatingwenatchee.com. 2nd down and 9 for West Valley. Full house backfield again. It's a handoff quickly, and there is some room around the left side. Enough for a 1st down, and breaks a tackle and then gets hit hard. Isaac Smeltzer. And that's one of the best gains of the night for the West Valley Eagles, up to their own 38-yard line.
Gain of 13. It gives him 19 on the night. Smeltzer's been the one that's been the most productive coming out of that backfield.
He really has. He's not very big either, Steve. Smeltzer at 5'10", 155 pounds. 1st and 10 Eagles. Ball at their own 39, under a minute to go here, first quarter. Once again, it's Matt Allen at quarterback with Malachi Clark in the backfield, and a whistle blows before that play. There usually is a false start when it happens like that, and that'll bring up 1st down and 15 now.
So second penalty on the night for the Eagles. However, you'll remember Eastmont declined the last one, so 5 yards were the total penalties so far. 4 penalties called in this game so far in the first quarter with 53 seconds remaining.
1st and 15 for West Valley. Packed tightly in there again. Allen at quarterback, Malachi Clark in the backfield. Handoff, there he is, Clark again. Eastmont just right there, and that's going to be maybe a loss of 1, Steve. Not sure why West Valley keeps going back to that play. It hasn't worked yet tonight.
Well, 3 times out of the 7 carries for Clark, he's been stuffed for no gain or a loss.
Yeah, I just don't understand it. 2nd down and 15 now as the clock continues to wind. 15 seconds left to go here first quarter. I think West Valley may just let this thing wind down and take it to the next quarter down. And it's been a disastrous one for the visiting Eagles as we end our first period of play here on the NCW Life Channel. After 1 tonight, Friday Night Lights here on the NCW Life Channel. It's the Eastmont Wildcats 23 and the West Valley Eagles nothing. We're back with second quarter action in 60 seconds.
Hi, I'm Ricardo, and this is Amanda, and we are from Impact Auto Sales,
where you can expect a hassle-free car buying experience. With our wide selection of used cars, trucks, and SUVs, let one of our friendly sales staff help you find the vehicle that fits your lifestyle. We have financing available for all credit types and great low rates for first-time buyers. Call us today at 888-8000 or stop by 3522 State Highway 97A in Wenatchee. Impact Auto Sales, where we strive to make an impact on your life and not your wallet.
What's your auto mocha emergency?
It's a Frappuccino mocha with whip.
The espresso shakes are my most favorite because I can get any flavor. Peanut butter chocolate Frappuccino.
Definitely the espresso shakes. My favorite is the mocha Frappitas.
A peach Red Bull.
Tonight's broadcast also brought to you by Global Car Care, a quality auto repair facility with highly trained technicians celebrating 25 years in the car care business. Here we go, West Valley, 2nd down and 15. The ball at their own 35-yard line. Matt Allen at quarterback, and he's not even going to get that throw off as he is downed inside the 30-yard line at the 29. And a good defensive play by the Wildcats. Number 90, Caleb Garcia, only a sophomore, Steve, 5'9", 230 pounds, and that's a loss of another 6 yards.
Second tackle on the night for Garcia. I'm telling you, this is the first time I've seen the Wildcats play. Very impressed with their defense so far, Grant.
Boy, their defense has been stout tonight. On 3rd down and 21 now. The ball is back at their own 29-yard line. Matt Allen at quarterback spreads things out a little bit now. I think they're kind of figuring out this run game isn't going to happen. Rollins with it. He fumbles the football. Is Eastmont going to pick it up? They will, and on the run, it's the linebacker, Tony Lopez, into the end zone. Touchdown, Wildcats. Tony Lopez on the fumble recovery, only a sophomore himself, and Eastmont on the board immediately here in this second quarter. How about that?
I'm telling you, this Eastmont Wildcat defense is just unbelievable tonight to be reckoned with.
Boy, you know, Steve, we talked about, we can't dwell on the fact that West Valley is a 2A school, Eastmont playing in 4A, Columbia Basin League, and it's showing tonight, isn't it? Just a dominating performance by these Wildcats here early, and we're still early in this ball game. On for the point after try, Oscar Mago, the junior. Eastmont trying to get enough personnel out there as Jack Gunbinson runs onto the field. Holds down. The kick is up by Mago. It's a line drive, but it's good. 11:07 left to go here. We're only in the second quarter, folks, and it's Eastmont 30 and West Valley nothing. Tonight's broadcast also brought to you by Confluence Health, dedicated to improve their patients' health with safe, high-quality care in 12 communities throughout North Central Washington. It's Confluence Health. Also by Les Schwab Tire Center. Go online to leschwab.com to find a tire store near you. Be sure to check out their fall tire sale going on now.
A couple of things to watch for this weekend on the NCW Live channel tomorrow. They're going to have some rebroadcast of some sports, which are always fun. I love watching these. Pasco and Eastmont football back from September 13th. You and Eric on the broadcast.
Right.
And then at 7 o'clock, Vernon at Wenatchee Wild Hockey from the September 14th game with our good friend Arch Ecker. And hockey season's underway, and I love going to the Wild games.
Isn't that fun? And don't forget also live coverage. In fact, I don't know if it's live. We are going to rebroadcast, but we're going to have full coverage of the Autumn Leaf Festival from Leavenworth tomorrow. It's not going to be very nice, but we're going to be there with live coverage.
That parade's tomorrow at 11:30
It is.
Leavenworth.
All
and
right.
Then, of course, a week later is Oktoberfest, one of my favorites.
Yeah, it's always a great time of year. Jeremy Gregerson to kick it off for the Wildcats with a 30-0 lead. Unbelievable. As the kick goes downfield to Micah Peterson. He brings it out at the 6-yard line, still on his feet, then gets tripped up right at the 20.
Ran into a couple of blockers, which slowed him down, which gave the Eastmont special teams an opportunity to catch up with him. A return of about 12 yards, and West Valley will put it in play just shy, right on the 21-yard line.
Other games around the Big Nine tonight as the league season gets underway. Of course, Wenatchee kicked the league playoff last night, Steve, with a huge win over Eisenhower, 49-28. That score could have been a lot worse than that.
That was fun to watch. I was watching you and Eric on the NCW Live channel. That one was just fun.
Nathan Blauman set the new rushing record in a single game for the Panthers last night. We'll talk more about that at halftime. Handoff left side, and once again, it's Malachi Clark. Nowhere to go. A yard, maybe 2 on that play. They'll give him 2.
Interesting. Out of the backfield, Clark found an opening for a second, but Eastmont plugged that thing up very quickly.
Their gang tackler, Steve, you hit it right on the head a bit ago. Playing outstanding defense so far tonight. And this West Valley has just been stifled in every way so far offensively. Eastmont can almost afford to get some guys in the game tonight, Steve, and see what they can do, right?
Or they can score 10 points and we'll have a running clock in the second half. Your choice.
So even when it gets to 40 in the first half, it's still a running clock then in the second?
Not till the second half,
Okay,
correct.
so it has to be 40
it's
at halftime.
40 at halftime.
Right. Here's the pass out in the flat and a gain and a completion, and that's positive for West Valley. Cameron Hawley, the big tight end, and boy, he is big too. 6'2", 238 pounds, gain of about 5 there. Let's give him 6, and that brings up 3rd down and 2. West Valley needs something positive here on offense, that's for sure. By the way, other games in the Big Nine I was going to mention, Moses Lake is at Davis tonight, and West Valley is at Sunnyside. So exciting now. The Big Nine play is underway. Love these league games. Okay, 3rd down and short now for West Valley. Desperate need of a first down here, and we've got moving. I think it was the big left tackle moved. Number 53, Marshall Mumford. And Steve, when I say big, how about 6'5", 365 pounds? And when you move, the referees notice. Look at him out there. Huge. 6'5", 365-pound senior.
He doesn't push away from the table very often.
Holy cow.
3rd penalty on the night.
You know what really hurts West Valley, too? They're going to call it encroachment on the defense.
Oh, wow.
And that will be an automatic first down, so my apologies. And my apologies to the big man, too, who held his ground there, Marshall Mumford. That's too bad. The only time you mention a lineman's name is when they get a penalty or something.
Maybe he'll make a good block, and we can redeem ourselves.
Let's hope so. 1st and 10 now, Eagles. Ball at their own 34-yard line. Allen's going to put it in the air, goes left side, has a receiver there. The defender for Eastmont actually fell down, and that was an advantage for West Valley. And a 13-yard gain across the 45 to the 47-yard line. And the defender, as I mentioned, Chance Garcia for Eastmont, the junior defensive back, fell down as that ball was getting to the receiver and just couldn't get up to recover. And a flag is down on the far side of the field as well. I didn't see what happened over there. They're talking to the West Valley coach on the sideline. That coach is Craig Whitney. Not sure what this could have been, Steve. I didn't see anything. Could it be offensive pass interference? He pushed the defender down. Maybe we got a hold, which has declined. And a first down is called, so a hold was on Eastmont, obviously. That's a weird call. I just didn't see it all take place, I guess.
So they'll have it on the 47, 1st and 10.
Well, the Eagles moving down the field one way or another, almost to midfield now. First down and 10 at their own 47-yard line. Handoff, backfield, flags come flying in this time, and I think this is going to be holding.
Holding or a face mask. I was trying to see where the defender grabbed the running back. Let's see what it is. It is a face mask.
Oh, boy, good call, Steve. And about 3 officials all saw that. Boy, these penalties are hurting Eastmont on this drive. West Valley doesn't have to do anything offensively. Eastmont's giving it all to them. That's 15 yards, and that'll move it down into Eastmont territory now. And I think that's the first time West Valley's even been across the 50 in this game.
4th penalty of the night for the Wildcats, totaling 30 yards. By the way, that last pass by Allen was for 13 yards. That's the longest pass he's had of the night so far.
And longest play from scrimmage, too, from what I have. They're in business now, though, Steve. The ball at the Eastmont 39-yard line. First down and 10, down 30-0 here with 9:05 left to go in the second quarter. Allen shotgun. Malachi Clark to his left. In motion is the receiver, Elijah Rollins. Allen back to pass. He's going to go left side to the big tight end. The ball over the head of the tight end. It goes out of bounds. Cameron Hawley, the intended receiver. And pretty good coverage down there by the Wildcats, too, Steve, and Chance Garcia. Bring up second down and 10 now. But, you know, West Valley doesn't have much choice but to put it in the air now, Steve. Obviously, the running game, they tried it pretty much throughout the first quarter, and it was a disaster for them, just trying to get some positive yardage. So you almost have to put it in the air now.
I mean, that's a great observation because Eastmont has shut down the run. So they're going to try to put a lot of pressure on the Wildcats secondary to see what they could do.
And speaking of pressure, I think we may see it from the Eastmont defense here, if that's the case. Play action, best play in football right there. Allen scrambles. Is he going to get away? No. And a great play. He makes a lot of them. Dominic Torres. He's been starting since he was a freshman. He's a senior finally, the 5'9", 210-pound linebacker. And that'll be a loss of 5 yards back to the Eastmont 44-yard line.
First tackle of the night for Torres, and it was a big one with a big loss.
What you like to see is your big linebacker catching the quarterback from behind, and Torres is that kind of player. You may remember him, Steve. He has been starting since he was a freshman. Not that tall, but pretty stout at 210 pounds.
Allen, not much progress when he keeps the ball. He's in negative rushing yards statistically, thanks solely to the Wildcats' defense.
3rd and 15, ball at the Eastmont 44-yard line. There's that big tight end again, a completion, but it won't be enough for a first down, but a big gain up to the 32-yard line, gain of about 12. And you got to go for it now if you're West Valley, don't you, Steve?
Yeah,
4th down and short. Ball is at the 32-yard line. This is a position you have to go for it. Down by 30 points here in the first half. Is the quarterback Allen on the sideline getting the play, I'm guessing, from head coach Craig Whitney. Assistants are Jeff Hensley, Doug Semler, Dan Dodge, TJ Farmer, Lonnie Quirk, and Brad Kruger on that West Valley sideline. You can tell it's a two-way school, Steve, when you look across the way and you see the amount of players that are suited out compared to Eastmont down below.
So what I don't understand is they were going to call timeout. So they... Interesting, with 7:15 remaining, they let the play clock run all the way down and then call a timeout. That's usually when you're trying to kill time off the clock. I don't understand why they killed time down 30-0.
They're trying to just get this game over and get back on the bus and get on I-90 maybe. Eastmont football on the NCW Life Channel is brought to you by Biosports Physical Therapy. You can find them online at biosports.net. They're open Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Also by Impact Auto Sales. They strive to impact your life and not your wallet. You can expect a hassle-free car buying experience at Impact Auto Sales in Wenatchee. Once again, if you're just joining us, it has been all Eastmont Wildcats. 2 offensive touchdowns, and the defense has done the rest, Steve, in this ball game tonight. It's a 30-0 ball game with 7:16 left to go in the second quarter.
It'll be interesting to see. I don't know whether they're going to try to make West Valley any adjustments during this timeout, but certainly you would think at halftime in the locker room they're going to try to make some kind of adjustments and at least try to change the momentum of this game, because it has been all Eastmont.
Boy, no doubt about it, as West Valley breaks the huddle and comes out to the line of scrimmage at the 32-yard line. 4th down and 2. This is really a big play for the Eagles in this ball game. 3 receivers left, 2 to the right, maybe a quarterback draw. No, he's going to throw it and goes over the middle. Nobody at home, though. Inside the 10 at about the 8-yard line. No flags down. And once again, for the second time tonight, the West Valley Eagles were turned it over to Eastmont on downs.
Well, they had Davis Reed, who's the tight end. He had steps on the cornerback, but he threw it so far ahead of Reed, there was no chance for him to catch the ball, and the Wildcats, for the second time, get the ball turned over on downs.
And it seems like, Steve, you're right, some of these pass patterns, there have been open players for West Valley. Allen just hasn't either gotten it to him or hasn't seen him. As Eastmont takes over now at their own 31-yard line with 7:12 left to go here, second quarter. Everhart back out under center with Carson Talley behind him. Talley, it's a play action. No, Talley does get it. Doesn't quite get to the 40-yard, 35-yard line. He's hit hard then and moved back after a gain of only 2 yards.
So interesting. That's the first carry tonight for Talley where he hasn't scored a touchdown.
Isn't that funny?
Because he had 1 for 1 for the 1-yard run. Then he had 18 yards for a touchdown. Now he gets 3, and it's the first time. He's only run 3 times. First time not for a touchdown.
That's something. Dylan Esparza splits out right side. First time we've seen him tonight. 5'7", 140-pound junior. In motion is Corbin Keys. The handoff up the middle. Talley, and just like that, first down. Boy, they're such quick-hitting offense in that wing T. Got about 10 yards on that carry, and that is an Eastmont first down. They run it so well, don't they?
They do run it very well.
Carson Everhart once again quickly back up to the line of scrimmage for the Wildcats. Logan Easley split out to the right side with Carson Talley in the backfield. And off Talley once again, right up the middle. Another nice move, spins, and that'll be close to another Wildcat first down. Steve, I think he's got it.
I think he's got it, too. I think he's right at the marker. And they do call it a first down. Great run by Talley.
Boy, he's been doing that all year long. He just keeps those legs driving, a lot like Nathan Blauman. Don't you agree?
Yeah.
You got to keep those legs churning, and a lot of power there.
21 yards on his last 2 carries. Eastmont now into the Eagles' side of the field.
And a little bit of a mix-up there. That play was kind of a disaster for Eastmont from the start as Everhart ran into one of his running backs, and that allowed West Valley to penetrate and then nowhere to go for Everhart. That'll be a loss of about 3 yards. In fact, make it about 4 yards as it takes it back into Eastmont territory now at their own 49-yard line.
3rd and 5 now.
With 5:31 left to go before halftime. Everhart under center. Once again, Talley behind him, and Corbin Keys. He'll get the pitch this time, he's got some room. Gets hit right at the stick, but I think he might have enough for a first down, and then gets driven back to the 45, but I don't think it's going to matter, Steve. The way the spot looks, it's going to be awfully close to an Eastmont first down. And a nice run once again by Corbin Keys.
They're going to call it 4th and 1. Eastmont's going to go for it.
And I don't really blame him here. You might as well put the dagger in, right, Steve? Your defense has played so well tonight. You got a big 6'6" quarterback besides. Talley in the backfield. Here's the pitch instead, and Eastmont's going to go outside, and a big run by Austin Ruffins left side. A nice block out there as well. In fact, a fantastic block by the Wildcats' Andrew Snyder, who wasn't expected to even play tonight. He had a knee injury, and what a block. Was there a flag down, Steve? There was, right back at the 48-yard line, and that may negate this big run.
Well, this could be a hold or maybe a block in the back.
Boy, what a block there by Andrew Snyder. Well, why did that play allow? Why did that play allow to run?
Well,
then?
so that's my question, because usually procedure is called before the whistle.
I've seen that more than once this year as well.
So what's going to happen is they've declined it. Well, they haven't declined it. They're going
Still
to step
fourth
it off.
down, though, right?
It is fourth down.
Well, I think this will force Eastmont to punt, don't you? Fourth down and about 11.
So I think there were 2 penalties. The procedure was called off because they stepped off 10 yards against the Wildcats.
Yeah, you got to punt now as the Eastmont punting team. A unit comes onto the field. Jeremy Gregerson. In fact, it's not going to be Gregerson, it looks like, tonight as he comes up to block on the line of scrimmage. It's number 34 tonight, Braden Lopes, 6 foot, 137-pound sophomore. Good snap. Here's the punt, a wobbler that's going to bounce at about the 43-yard line and just kind of die there. And West Valley will have nice field position at their own 44-yard line. So the West Valley Eagle offense comes back out onto the field, once again down 30-0 with 4:19 left to go here in this first half.
So penalties not been the friend of the Wildcats tonight. 5 times for 40 yards here in the first half, and there's still 4:19 left.
And Steve, this could be worst score by far if the Eastmont Wildcats weren't kind of shooting themselves in the foot right now. 1st and 10, Allen, handoff. Not much room to roam up to the 45-yard line. Goes Malachi Clark again. He's been the main ball carrier. He just hasn't found much room to run. A gain of 1.
I'll tell you what, when they're stacking it at the line, one of the things the Wildcats defense are doing very well, West Valley's having a problem finding a hole. Because what he's doing is he's running into the back of their own blockers of the Eagles, which slows them down and gives the Wildcats a chance to tackle them.
And really, it makes it a little easier, doesn't it, Steve? Just stand your ground if you're a defensive lineman for Eastmont because they're coming right at you pretty much. 2nd down and 9 now for the Eagles. Allen shotgun. He's going to put it in the air, and he's forced to run. He's got room left side. Flags come flying in as Allen runs out of bounds. That'll be enough for a first down at Eastmont 45-yard line, but this usually where we see holding, and West Valley already moving back. I think they know the outcome of this penalty.
They know it's them.
Boy, that hurts the Eagles. It was a nice scamper there by Matt Allen. There hasn't been a lot of positive runs tonight for West Valley. Once again, we mentioned in the pregame show, number 5 ranked team in 2A football in the state of Washington. Made it all the way to the quarterfinals last year, and a lot of players back this year come into this game undefeated. And, Steve, they've beaten some good teams so far. Othello, close to us here, a perennial power in 2A. They beat them last week and also took care of Shadle Park with one of the best quarterbacks in all the state of Washington. So, looks like this penalty is going to be on Eastmont as well.
It is. Let's see what it is.
Boy, it's sure lopsided in the penalties tonight, that's for sure. Penalties declined, an automatic first down for the Eagles. And Eastmont giving them all kinds of chances to do something. They just can't do it. Big discrepancy in penalties between the two, that's for sure.
Oh, absolutely.
1st and 10 now, West Valley at the Eastmont 46-yard line. Handoff left side, the right side, I should say. And once again, that's Clark, and that might be the most room he's had so far tonight. Gain of 4 yards over the right side. That'll bring up 2nd down and 6 for the Eagles. Ball right at midfield.
We're going to have a little bit of let our viewers know, we're going to have a little bit of an extended halftime tonight. It's Hall of Fame night here with the Wildcats.
5 people / groups will be inducted tonight because there is a team that will be inducted. And we're going to bring you most of that ceremony, as much as we can anyway, coming up at halftime. 2nd down and 6, under 3 minutes now left to go before halftime. Handoff this time goes to Isaac Smeltzer. Not quite enough for a first down, but awfully close. Gain of 4. And that'll be a 3rd down and a short 2, maybe even 1 yard for the Eagles to get a first down. They need to get to the Eastmont 35-yard line.
Big hole off that left tackle. Seth Feist, the 238-pound, 5'11 senior, opened up that hole for Smeltzer to get through.
Got some beef up front, Steve. Tristan Meharry, also a good size at 5'10", 253 pounds. He's the left guard. 3rd down and short. Here's Allen. Handoff Smeltzer, and he will get the first down across the Eastmont 35 down to the 33-yard line. Needed 1, got 4 again. That's 3 consecutive 4-yard gains for a West Valley. And they got something going here now. 1st down and 10 at the Wildcat 33-yard line with 2:12 left to go before halftime.
28 total yards for Smeltzer. He's been the most productive running back, much more productive than Clark's been for West Valley.
One receiver split out right side, so not much threat to throw it here. They're going to give it to Smeltzer again on the left side. Has a little bit of room, crosses the 30, and another positive play for the Eagles down to the Wildcat 27-yard line. So a gain of 5 that time. That'll bring up 2nd down and 5 for West Valley as the clock continues to move now. 1:39 left to go before halftime. Eagles have 2 of their 3 timeouts left here in the first half. Eastmont has not used a timeout. 2nd and 5. Matt Allen at quarterback. Shotgun. He's going to keep it this time over the left side. He did give it up. Boy, I thought he had it, and they called him down. Was his... Oh, it was a flag, Steve. I'm sorry. I didn't see the flag come down. False start on West Valley, and that'll move them back and bring up 2nd down and 10.
3rd penalty, 10 yards total on West Valley.
And what has Eastmont had penalty-wise?
They have 5 penalties for 40 yards.
So I guess it's not that big a discrepancy between the 2 in penalties. 5 and 3 then. Just seems like more maybe because it's costlier to Eastmont at this point.
Well, and Eastmonts have all come in clusters here in the second quarter.
That's true. 2nd down and 10 with that penalty. Only 1:14 left. The clock is moving here. As this time West Valley sends out 2 to the right side. Receivers, that is. 1 to the left. 2 in the backfield. Allen back to pass. Going down the sideline. That may be interference, and it is. Oscar Calvillo on coverage on the big tight end, Cameron Hawley. That happened at about the 15-yard line. No doubt about that one.
So on high school ball, remember, it's not a spot foul like in the NFL. They're going to mark it off from the line of scrimmage.
And an automatic first down, right, Steve?
Indeed.
Or is it an automatic?
Well, I don't know if it's automatic, but they're going to step it off 15 yards.
With 1:01 left to go here in the second quarter. Once again, our score, Eastmont 30 and West Valley nothing. That will be a first down. The ball will be placed down at the Eastmont 18-yard line. So we'll see the #1 rushing defense in the Big Nine so far this season, Steve. Let's see if they can stop them here now that West Valley's in the red zone.
55 yards in penalties for the Wildcats, most of them coming here in the second quarter. Only a buck left, 1:01.
But about all they've done wrong so far in this game tonight, too. All right, Allen brings the troops up to the line of scrimmage. Once again, Malachi Clark and Isaac Smeltzer in the backfield with Allen. It's a quarterback draw. It's been pretty successful tonight, and it is again over the right side inside the 10-yard line down to about the 9. And that'll be a nice gain of about 8 yards, maybe 9 for Allen. Clock still moving, 54 seconds to go. So a 9-yard gain. It's Allen again. The right side almost got the ball knocked out of his arm. Is he inside the 5-yard line now, down to the 3? And that'll be another, 4-yard gain for Allen.
Yeah, West Valley's going to call a timeout here, try to stop the clock.
Well, they still have a couple left. Now 1 left, and they stop it with 46 seconds left. We'll take a quick timeout, too. 46 seconds left. It's Eastmont 30 and West Valley nothing. Back in 30 seconds.
Hi there, it's Les Schwab Tires. You know, we've been helping keep folks safe on the road around here since 1952. That's why you can save up to $152 on a set of 4 select light truck and SUV tires during our fall tire sale. All with a service you deserve, but just don't find other places. Swing by or book an appointment at leschwab.com. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
46 seconds left to go here, first half from Wildcat Stadium. Grant Olson along with my partner tonight, Steve Sandman. And so then all Eastmont 30-0, but West Valley knocking at the doorstep now. 2nd down and goal at the 3-yard line. Here's Allen. He's going to keep it, and there's a flag right in the middle of the field, which once again is usually in the holding territory.
Well, and it was thrown by the umpire on the defensive side of the line.
It's an odd play for a hold, isn't it, on a quarterback draw.
Take a look, see what the signal is. We're checking our monitor so we get a better look. That's a contact to the side of the head.
Don't see that very often. So that's against Eastmont as well.
So that's going to be half the distance to the goal.
It'll place it about the 1.5-yard line.
Yep.
Lots of penalties this half for the Wildcats. And like I said, that's about the only thing that they've done wrong so far in this entire half is the defense has played just outstanding. And the offense, Steve, hasn't been spectacular, but they've been good enough so far here in this first half. West Valley has given them a lot to build on, too. A couple of defensive touchdowns and a safety so far in this half.
And Eastmont had that interception run back for 22 yards for that touchdown
right.
as well.
Clock moving 29 seconds right at the goal line. Basically, here's Allen. He's going to keep it, and he's not going to get in there. With 20 seconds left, well, West Valley used that last timeout. 17 seconds left. They're trying to hurry up and get to the line, and they will call a timeout. And we'll keep it here on this break. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by the Highlander Golf Course and Grill. Call the Pro Shop to schedule your time on the Full Swing S4 widescreen golf simulator. Just give them a call at 884-4653. Plan your next tournament or event today. Have you been out to the Highlander, Steve, and tried that out yet?
I haven't. I'll tell you, the reason I go up there is because I'm playing on golf courses that I would never get to play in real life.
You know, that's true, isn't it? You get to play Pebble Beach. You get to play Augusta. It's true. You get to play all those courses you never get to play. Plus,
when somebody says, have you ever played Augusta, I can go, yeah.
It's cool technology, though, isn't it?
It's very cool technology.
And I love kind of the chill atmosphere they have out at the Highlander, too. And I actually had a lesson earlier this year, which I've never had before, from Ed Payne up there, and it helped me this year. Of course, I played a lot, too, which does help. Play a lot. I did. I haven't lately, though.
You've always had a good time.
No, not really.
So West Valley burned their last time out. So if they're going to do something, they're going to have to do it now with 17.6 left.
There's basically one play left, right, Steve?
Exactly. And you know, unless he throws an incomplete pass. But you know Eastmont.
They don't want him in the end zone.
They don't want to let him in. They want to go into the locker room with a shutout.
3rd and goal from the 3-yard line. Allen, once again, with Smeltzer and Clark in the backfield. Here's Allen. He's looking for a receiver. Now he's in trouble, and he's going to get hit hard all the way back to the 8-yard line. A flag is down, though, in the end zone. We may have interference against Caleb Thomas in the end zone.
Because you can't have interference until the ball's in the air.
Well, that's true. Maybe a hold then. You're right, Steve. And it is, once again, and this is going to be on, guess who? The Eastmont Wildcats. And Coach Don is not happy down there as he is clapping his hands and yelling at that defense. They had him stop dead to rights there, 10 seconds left.
Well, and the clock would have continued to run. That would have been the end of the half.
Instead, West Valley another chance now at the 2-yard line. Clock moving, 7 seconds. This is going to do it. Allen with it. Rolling to the right, chance to throw it. It's in the air, and it's picked off, or is it caught? It is picked off, and an interception by the Wildcats. Number 18, Chance Garcia.
In the end zone for a touchback, Grant, and that is how the first half is going to end.
How about that? And why not? The Eastmont defense has played so well tonight. Why not end the first half on a great defensive play? So at the break here at Wildcat Stadium, our score, Eastmont 30 and West Valley nothing. We're back in 2 minutes. Stay with us right here on the NCW Life Channel.
When the people you serve are your friends and family, you see the world a bit differently. You understand that your survival depends on the health and strength of your relationships. Your word is your reputation, and that doing the right thing is the only way of life that matters. At Confluence Health, we remain humble. Trust is a gift that is earned, a privilege, an honor. And we remain grateful for the trust you place in our hands.
What's your auto mocha emergency?
It's a Frappuccino mocha with whip.
The espresso shakes are my most favorite because I can get any flavor. Peanut butter chocolate Frappuccino.
Definitely espresso shakes. My favorite is the mocha Frappitas.
A peach Red Bull.
Hi there, it's Les Schwab Tires. You know, we've been helping keep folks safe on the road around here since 1952. That's why you can save up to $152 on a set of 4 select light truck and SUV tires during our fall tire sale. All with a service you deserve, but just don't find other places. Swing by or book an appointment at leschwab.com. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
When you call Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, you get 35 years of experience and customer service in the Wenatchee Valley. Dick's friendly staff strongly believe in repairing before replacing and service all major brands of HVAC units. Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning is your local, independent, trained comfort specialists, proudly serving all of North Central Washington. Call 884-6444 today.
Grant Olson and Steve Salmon back at Wildcat Stadium. We're at halftime in this non-conference, non-league game between the Eastmont Wildcats and the 2A visiting West Valley Eagles from Spokane. And I'll tell you what, it has been all Eastmont Wildcats. Our score at the break, Eastmont 30 and West Valley nothing. Steve, I'll tell you what, it has been a dominating performance. Not so much by the Eastmont offense, but that Eastmont defense has been lights out tonight.
Well, it was interesting to watch a little bit of the pendulum swing, and if there was one downside for the Wildcats, it was the number of penalties, and most of them came in the second quarter. But when we got down to where West Valley was trying to just get on the board, there were a number of penalties against the Wildcats. They had hands to the face, they had a holding, they had a hold in the end zone, and gave West Valley a lot of chance. When the Wildcats had to step up, an interception at the end zone as the clock came to triple zeros, and that put the rally at a stop for the West Valley Eagles.
Pretty much an efficient first half for the defense. 2 interceptions, a fumble recovery. They forced 2 series to go to the Eastmont offense on downs, and a safety by that defense. If we had a player of the game right now, it would be the Eastmont defense, hands down.
Absolutely. And remember, that safety came on the first set of downs by the Eagles, and they went to punt deep in their own end, and they sailed it over his head, and it went through the end zone, which automatically is a safety.
And we mentioned this is a very tough West Valley club. They beat Eastmont last year. Eastmont ended up winning the Big 9 last year, and West Valley beat them over at Spokane 14-10. But this year, a different story. Eastmont, number 1 in the Big 9 against the rush. Have only given up 256 yards in their first 3 games against the rush and only 370 yards through the air. Eastmont Wildcats can play some defense, and they have been doing it here tonight. They have scored twice on defense and also have had a safety in the first half. And then the scoring drives, they've been pretty simple, Steve. 2 plays, 37 yards on the first scoring offensive touchdown. And that was Carson Talley, a 1-yard run. The extra point by Oscar Mago was good, and that made it 9-0 after that initial safety. And then the next possession for Eastmont, a little bit longer drive. 4 plays, 55 yards, 1:15 off the clock. Carson Talley, another touchdown, 18 yards this time. The PAT good, and that made the score 16-0. Then, as we mentioned, a couple of defensive touchdowns, 23-0 on interception return, another interception return, and here we are at 30-0 as the Wildcat band performs on the field out there. And Steve, once again, not much to report as far as stats. We'll take a break, though, and come back with your stuff, but there's just not a lot happening. It's been a defensive masterpiece so far by Coach Dunn and his Wildcats.
Made my job easy. I haven't even had to use a calculator yet.
Isn't that nice? So we'll take another 2-minute timeout. We'll come back. Steve will have more stats as our halftime show on the NCW Life Channel continues right after this.
JDSA Law is a proud sponsor of these local sports broadcasts. They've been serving North Central and Eastern Washington since 1946. For over 70 years, their team of dedicated professionals has delivered quality, innovative legal services. JDSA Law partners with you to provide the finest legal advice and support as you navigate your personal and business challenges, risks, and accomplishments. At JDSA Law, they salute our local athletes and wish them well on another excellent season of competition.
At At Town Toyota, we believe in our community, and we're proud to support this broadcast of local sports. Town Toyota defines reliability and value in both its products and in the dealership itself. We are home to legendary products like the RAV4, Highlander, and Camry, not to mention Tundras and Tacoma trucks. Of course, we offer service for everything we sell and a great selection of pre-owned and certified vehicles as well. So enjoy the game and visit Town Toyota for all your automotive needs.
No calories, no sweeteners, all smiles. Bubbly sparkling water. Crack a smile.
It's halftime on the NCW Life Channel. Our halftime score, the Eastmont Wildcats 30 and the West Valley Eagles nothing. Turn it over now to Steve Sandman with our halftime stats.
Thank you very much, Grant. Also, let's take a look at the Eagles of West Valley. Not very productive night, 105 yards of total offense. But Matt Allen, the 183-pound senior, who tried to run several times, actually 8 times, he only has net 12 yards on the ground. Clark is the much more productive one. Malachi Clark, the 172-pound junior, 22 yards on the ground. And then Isaac Smeltzer, who rotates in with Clark, 33 yards. Allen, a little more productive through the air for 30 yards. Rollins, the leading receiver, he's got 15. 105 total yards of offense for the West Valley Eagles. For the Eastmont Wildcats, 147 total yards in the first half. The leading rusher actually is Everhart, the quarterback, because a lot of times he'll keep the ball. Carson Everhart, the 195-pound senior, 46 yards on the ground on 3 carries. One of them went for 36 and a touchdown. Talley at 33 yards. Everhart is 53 through the air as well, and then Lopez had 15 yards. So not a lot of offense. Everhart's been forced to run. His first run from scrimmage was 36 yards, but 147 total yards. Eastmont on the scoring, first quarter is where they started. 16 points in the first quarter, added 2 touchdowns and a safety. They added 14 in the second quarter, and it's 30-0 here at the half.
And it tells you something, Steve, when I look at my drive sheets, and West Valley has had 6 possessions in the first half, Eastmont 3. But Eastmont's leading at 30-0. What does that tell you? Great defense is happening here tonight, and Eastmont has played great defense. Well,
I think there was an omen early on when West Valley went to punt deep in their own end, and Lucas Eisler, the 195-pound senior center, just sailed it over the punter's head, Jackson Bale, and there was no chance. I mean, it took one bounce and went out of the end zone, and you can't defend that.
And, Steve, you mentioned earlier some viewing on the NCW Life Channel this weekend on Saturday. Sunday, we've got some stuff for you, too.
Sunny side will be, this is a volleyball game. And I have to tell you, I've never watched volleyball on TV till NCW Live started carrying it. So at 2 o'clock on Sunday, sunny side at Wenatchee, that's the volleyball game from the 17th of September. Eric Granstrom will have that. And then they're going to replay a great game from last November at 7 o'clock. Powell River at the Wenatchee Wild from the Town Toyota Center. The replay of that one with our good friend Art.
Isn't it exciting? The Wild are back in business again. It's always fun, isn't it?
Well, and they got a good club again. Yes. I mean, they just contend every year. Remember, when they joined the BCHL, people thought they wouldn't be able to contend. and not only they contend, but moved right through the playoffs, if you'll remember last year.
They have the best coach in the league. That's why I'm Bliss Littler.
Bliss Littler's great.
Do want to thank another sponsor for tonight's broadcast, Town Toyota, your automotive home to quality and reliability in North Central Washington, and by our director, Tucker Wagner's favorite coffee stand, Auto Mocha. Visit one of their 6 locations in the valley, including the only Auto Mocha with inside seating on 5th Street across from the college. What's your Auto Mocha emergency? We'll take another 2-minute timeout. We'll come back with the Hall of Fame induction ceremony here from Wildcat Stadium. Our halftime score, Eastmont 30 and West Valley nothing. We're back in 2 minutes. Stay with us.
My name is Brian Thorpe. I own Global Car Care in Wenatchee and have been here for about 25 years.
Brian started Global Car Care as Brian's automotive alternative on Orondo Street.
Some customers were following Brian since Brian's automotive time.
No, we're just grateful to be part of this community. This is where I grew up. We want to do our part to be a valuable part of this community. We want to thank you for trusting our business for 25 years.
Highlander Golf Course is proud to announce their 2 new state-of-the-art full-swing golf simulators with over 80 courses of virtual golf to choose from year-round. Or try their Laser Shot simulated firearm program, or gaming with football, basketball, and much more. Enjoy Highlander food and drink service from their full-service bar and grill in the comfort of their simulator room. Call the Highlander Pro Shop to book your time at 884-4653. That's 884-4653.
At Harvest Valley Pest Control, we know you are committed to making your home and business a healthy and pest-free place. Hi, I'm David. Give us a call and we'll give you a firm price over the phone and schedule a time that works for you. We will do an in-depth 30-point healthy home or business inspection and craft a customized plan of action designed specifically for your pest issue. Give us a call or visit our website today.
You don't have to be a member to enjoy the view and dine in style at Highlander Bar and Grill in East Wenatchee. Open 7 days a week, Highlander Grill offers breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Dine in or take it to go, our friendly staff is here to serve you. Reservations recommended for Friday night's prime rib dinner. Call for live music dates. Hi, I'm Shalane, site coordinator for Highlander Grill. Give me a call to schedule your event today.
Track campaign, Morgan was 100th champion.
All right, we're back at Wildcat Stadium. Let's send it now to Pat Haley for the Hall of Fame induction ceremony.
Third place in the 4x400 relay. During her track career, Morgan tallied 11 district titles, 9 regional titles, 5 state titles, and 8 top 3 finishes at state. Morgan later competed in track at WSU for 4 years and was Pac-10 qualifier each year. Our inductee this year, Morgan Clem. Our 4th inductee from the boys wrestling coach, Bill Patrick. Bill Patrick was the first wrestling coach at Eastmont from 1962 to 1972. Coach Patrick also coached tennis for 3 years, and he's been nominated 2 times for the Washington State Coaches Hall of Fame. During his final 3 years as head coach, Coach Patrick published a weekly newsletter of wrestling results from matches across the state that he sent out to his subscribers. He taught at Eastmont High School for 34 years and continued to sub for another 24 years. Our high school inductee Hall of Fame boys wrestling coach, Bill Patrick. And finally, our inductee, the state champions, the 2008 girls track and field team. This group of athletes were 2nd in league, 2nd at districts, 3rd at regionals, and in 2008 were crowned state champions. The team scored 51 points in state meet to capture the state title. State team members are Morgan Clem, Jody Hawks, Chelsea Putnam, Hannah Moreland, Shelby Johnson, Brooke Randall, Tori Hartman, Devon King, Courtney Abbott, Jessica Hardgrove, Nikki Totter, Maddie Miller, Patty Hankins, and Sydney Schwilke. The head coach for the state champions were Gary Millard, assisted by Rich Magnuson, Ken Hoyt, Mark Keeper, Jennifer Zielinski, Radke, Kim Radke, Shayla Brookhover, and Ron Mason. Congratulations to the state champions 2008 girls track team. Ladies and gentlemen, with great pride and honor, let's give a congratulations to the Eastmont High School Athletic Hall of Fame class for 2019.
Well, there you have it, Steve, the 2019 Hall of Fame inductees. And what an honor for that class of 2008, the girls track team that won state that year. And just listening to those names, I remember these girls. This was a great athletic class at Eastmont that year.
Well, it was, and it's always quite an honor that they get recognized in front of the fans. And, you know, they'll do this again for the Wenatchee Hall of Fame. They always do it during basketball season, and you and I over the years have broadcast a number of games where they did the induction into the Wenatchee Hall of Fame.
It's so nice, that's for sure. Not so nice outside there. We're just looking at a little bit of weather a bit ago. Feels like about 50 degrees out there right now, and what a difference a day makes. We did that game last night at the Apple Bowl, and it was almost 70 at kickoff.
A little bit of rain, a little bit of snow in the passes right now, too.
That's right. We saw Stevens Pass. If you are traveling that way, be very careful. Roadway already covered in snow on Stevens, and I'm thinking that's going to happen for both Blewett and Snoqualmie at some point overnight tonight. We do have snow in the forecast through the weekend, so if you are traveling, be very, very careful out there.
You're going to have to get the winter closeout if you have it. 47 for the high tomorrow, 43 on Sunday here in the Wenatchee Valley.
That's something. Yeah, we're at halftime here at Wildcat Stadium, and it has been all the home team. The Eastmont Wildcats leading it here at the break. It's Eastmont 30 and West Valley nothing. We'll take another 2-minute timeout. We'll come back and talk about some keys to the second half and more as our halftime show continues on the NCW Life Channel right after this.
When the people you serve are your friends and family, you see the world a bit differently. You understand that your survival depends on the health and strength of your relationships. Your word is your reputation, and that doing the right thing is the only way of life that matters. At Confluence Health, we remain humble. Trust is a gift that is earned, a privilege, an honor. And we remain grateful for the trust you place in our hands.
What's your auto mocha emergency?
It's a Frappuccino mocha with whip.
The espresso shakes are my most favorite because I can get any flavor. Peanut butter chocolate Frappuccino.
Definitely the espresso shakes. My favorite is the mocha for pitas.
A peach Red Bull.
Hi there, it's Les Schwab Tires. You know, we've been helping keep folks safe on the road around here since 1952. That's why you can save up to $152 on a set of 4 select light truck and SUV tires during our fall tire sale. All with a service you deserve, but just don't find other places. Swing by or book an appointment at leschwab.com. Les Schwab Tires, doing the right thing since 1952.
When you call Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, you get 35 years of experience and customer service in the Wenatchee Valley. Dick's friendly staff strongly believe in repairing before replacing and service all major brands of HVAC units. Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning is your local, independent, trained comfort specialists, proudly serving all of North Central Washington. Call 884-6444 today.
Grant Olson and Steve Sandman back high above Wildcat Stadium. Our halftime score, the Eastmont Wildcats 30 and the West Valley Eagles nothing. Steve, we're just about ready to start the second half. And what does Eastmont want to do here? They got a big lead now. Do you work on things on offense? Defense, you've been solid as a rock. What do you do offensively?
Well, I think, before we get to offensively, I think one of the things is they got to take care to not have so many penalties. I think they were very fortunate that West Valley didn't take advantage of it and score, at least on one occasion we know as we closed out the first half. But a lot of penalties by the Wildcats as well as they've played on defense. But I think the Wildcats want to stick to their game plan. First of all, it's cold out there. A lot of times injuries happen because when you get into cold weather, they're 10 points away from a running clock, which would get them out of here early. So they need 2 scores. But, the defense has played really well. I think the offense needs to mix it up a little bit. The biggest thing I want to see is how the Wildcats adjust to whatever game change West Valley is making, because they had that conversation in the locker room. We'll just have to wait to see what it is.
And on the other side of the football, Steve, I think you just maybe said it. East or West Valley is going to be putting the ball in the air. They had no running game at all in that first half. Had a little success putting it up in the air, and I think that's what the Eastmont defense needs to be ready for here in the second half, don't you? A little more passing attack from West Valley.
Well, West Valley only had 69 yards rushing, in the first half, and it made up about 60% of the total 105 yards. But, Eastmont defense jams the box on the line of scrimmage.
Boy, they really do.
And West Valley didn't make any progress at all. So I think the secondary, if the coach talked to the secondary, and he's talking to the team right now on the sideline before we get started, I think that secondary needs to keep an eye out, because I believe you're right. I think they're going to go to the air. They're going to test that Eastmont secondary because they're not doing much on the ground. What would be interesting is to see if West Valley runs more play action options and play action passes, because you can do a lot to draw the defense in and open up the middle of that field.
And I've said it many times, Steve, I don't care what level of football is. To me, that's the best play in football, is that play action pass. Just if a linebacker even takes one step up towards the line of scrimmage, you got him, because that's what you want him to do.
Right. So what I'm saying is, West Valley's going to try to be patient. And it'd be interesting to see how many underneath passes they throw. If they run play action, you're right, they'll draw the linebackers in. That'll open up 10, 12 yards to pass to. And if West Valley gets patient, they could make some noise here in the second half. So I think we want to keep an eye defensively on the secondary of Eastmont and see how they perform when West Valley goes to the air.
And I think you're exactly right. As we get set for the second half, now Eastmont did win the toss to begin the game and deferred, so they will get the ball first as Jackson Bales set to kick off to the Wildcats. And back deep is Corbin Keys for Eastmont. Also back there, Wesley McElwain. And he wants to get his hands on the ball, Steve. He is such an electric player. Reminds me a lot of Esquivel, Tony Esquivel, when he played for the Panthers. Yep. So excited. And here's the kick. And it is going to go McElway's direction at the 7-yard line. Up to the 15, the 20, the 25. Here he goes, 30, 35. He's going to cut it back this side of the field. Still on his feet. Moves up to the center of the field. Flag comes flying in as McElwain fights his way almost to the 40-yard line.
Well, a little bit dangerous of a run. He got a little bit out of control. He got hit with the ball, on the arm of the ball. And I actually thought maybe, that's a good way to lose the ball, but he held on, so we'll see who this penalty is against.
And we got a hold call, looks like against Eastmont.
That's a block in the back, actually.
Boy, these penalties are racking them up there for Eastmont tonight.
That's going to be 10 from the spot of the foul, so McElwain got it to the 35. I think we're going to see this go back to the 25-yard line, and that's where Eastmont will start.
Just underway, third quarter. Great to have you along on this chilly and windy Friday night here in the Wenatchee Valley. Hope you're enjoying this football game. 2 nights in a row. We had a game last night, of course. Wenatchee defeating Ike, and now Eastmont up big tonight against West Valley. Here's Carson Everhart, shotgun to begin this second half with Carson Talley in the backfield next to him. One receiver each side. This time, Austin Ruffin's in motion. Handoff. Here's Talley, and he's got a ton of real estate. 45, 50, 40. There he goes down the sideline. 20, 10, into the end zone. Touchdown, Wildcats.
75 yards from the line of scrimmage. What a run by Talley. No flags on the play.
That is how you begin a second half of play. First play from scrimmage, first drive, and your best player takes it to the house on that 75-yard run. We're at 36-0. Eastmont on top.
108 yards on the night for Talley. And I'll tell you, when he was down at about the West Valley 20, what I was watching was his blockers upfield to take care that they didn't block in the back to get him in the end zone.
Boy, he's quick when he gets that speed going. There's the kick barely over that crossbar. And it is good. And just like that, 11:32, we've only played 28 seconds of this third quarter, and Eastmont already on the board. It's Eastmont 37 and West Valley nothing. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Jefferson, Danielson, Son, and Aylward Attorneys, delivering quality and innovative legal services to North Central Washington since 1946. Online at jdsaLaw.com.
Score from T-Mobile Park over in Seattle. The Seahawks up on Oakland 2-1. Not a big game for the Seahawks.
Mariners.
I mean the Mariners. Mariners
I do it too.
Up 2-1. But not a big game for the Mariners, but a huge game for Oakland because they're fighting for a wild card in the American League.
Pretty cool last night with Felix on the mound, wasn't it?
Very
Boy,
cool.
I got emotional a little bit at the end of that game. Steve, we've lived here almost the whole time Felix has played for the Mariners, and it is emotional. Here's a pitcher that's surely going to be in the Hall of Fame, but he may be one of the only pitchers ever not to play in a playoff game. It's so strange, isn't it?
It is strange. But you remember, he had that perfect game. The first one in
it's the last one that we've had in baseball, too, back in 2012.
Yeah, first one in Mariners history.
All right, 37-0. Eastmont on top as Jeremy Gregerson set to kick off. Back deep, Zach Eng. And this ball, it goes out of bounds, and that's a 25-yard penalty. The largest penalty in all of football right there, isn't it, Steve? Yard-wise?
I think so.
I think it is, too. They'll get it at the 35. And that's where West Valley will take over their first possession on offense. Just haven't had great field position. This one of their best field positions of the night, and it's at their own 35 with 11:32 left to go here in this third quarter. It was 11:46 left to go when Eastmont had the football, so we burned off 14 seconds for both teams to have the football. So Allen back out at quarterback, the 6-foot, 183-pound senior for the Eagles. He's going to hand it off up the middle, and it's Malachi once again, Clark that is. The junior gets a yard or two. We'll just give it one across the 35 to the 36-yard line.
Over 70 yards in penalties against the Wildcats. So they've already had two here in the third quarter. We're not even a minute into the third quarter. They had one on the run back for the illegal block in the back, and then the kickoff goes out of bounds.
And Steve, one more score, unless it's a safety. We're going to have a running clock and a 40-point bulge here in this game, and that's the state rule. We'll only stop it for what? I believe scores?
Timeout.
Just a timeout and injury, I believe, also.
Correct.
Yeah. So we may be in that territory, but we're jumping the gun a little bit here. 2nd down and 8 for West Valley. The ball's tipped and then almost intercepted by Oscar Calvillo. In fact, it was saved by Cameron Hawley, who pushed Calvillo to the ground. And you can do that. Once the ball is tipped and it's a live ball, he just pushed him right to the turf.
Yep, and you can. You absolutely can, because once it's been tipped, all those penalties when the ball's in the air go by the wayside.
3rd and 8 now for West Valley. Ball at their own 37-yard line. Here comes Allen from the sideline with the play. Coming up next for the Wildcats on the schedule. They hit the road and begin Big 9 play at West Valley this next Friday. That'll be a good one. West Valley's homecoming for the Wildcats. Pass down the sideline, and we've got a flag and a huge hit right at the 40-yard line. Gregerson laid the wood on number 18. Chance, or I should say, that's Traden Davis-Reed. And, Steve, that's as big a hit as you're going to see in a game.
And that flag's back at the line of scrimmage. That's a hit to the face. That's the second one tonight. This is going to go against Eastmont again.
Wow, this is just getting unbelievable, really.
Can't put your hands in an offensive player's face. This is going to go 10 yards. It's going to be just short of the first down. So it'll bring up 3rd and 1 instead of 3rd and 9.
Big difference. Ball just shy of the 45-yard line, marked at the West Valley 44. Boy, that's one thing East Valley or Eastmont's got to get under control, Steve, as they hit into Big 9 play, all of these penalties, and it just kills you. Third and short, as Steve mentioned, ball at the 44 rather.
Oh,
and
he's not going anywhere.
No way is he going to get in there, and that's a nice spot, too. Only a yard loss. Could have been worse than that, and that'll bring up 4th down now.
That was actually Talley, their big man.
Isaac Schmelzer.
So they're bringing out, it looks like they're bringing on the kicking team, but remember, they tried the fake punt, and it worked for him, and it worked.
Well, I think Eastmont should be ready for it this time, you would think anyway. Let's see. I just can't believe they'd punt right here, but you got to get Eastmont. You got to make them earn it if they're going to score on you,
I don't think they want to give Eastmont, that great field position.
No, you don't. Snap is good, and we've got a flag.
It's usually procedure, and that's what it's going to be. It's going to be against West Valley. So that's going to make it 4th and 6. That'll give the Wildcats even better field position unless they can really mount a great run back from this punt. And it'll be even better.
Steve, the dangerous Wes McIlvain, back to receive this punt.
Well, he's salivating.
Oh, he is. He loves this situation.
He wants the ball with some room to run.
That'll bring up 4th down and 6 now instead of 4th down and a yard and a half. Low snap. Here's the punt. It's away. McIlvain going to get a shot at it. No, the ball rolls away from him, and he's just going to let it roll out of bounds. Smart decision as it goes out at the 22-yard line.
Now we got a flag afterwards. We're going to have a personal foul. Right here at the 32-yard line, it was totally after the play. The side judge called it at the 31, and the play was way over, Grant. So let's see what this is. But I think
it's going to be on Caleb Thomas, it looks like.
And I think it's a personal foul.
Just not smart. It is not smart at all. When you're leading big like this and you just keep putting yourself in a hole because of just dumb penalties, I don't know how else to put it. You got a team on the ropes here besides Steve. There's no use that kind of stuff going on after a play. And that's going to cost Eastmont. It's going to move them back quite a ways here.
Well, from where the ball was at the 21, this is half the distance to the goal. Eastmont's going to have to start on their own 11-yard line.
And that is by far offensively tonight, Steve, the worst field position that Eastmont has had in the entire ball game. But once again, we mentioned it's 9:53 left in the third. Eastmont goes down and scores. That will make it over a 40-point spread in this game, and that means a running clock the rest of this half. So we'll see if Eastmont, that's the goal they have here. It is kind of a chilly night. They might want to get back in that locker room a little bit earlier tonight. But
unofficially, Grant, 95 yards in penalties against the Wildcats.
Wow. And lead at 37-0. Here's Everhart. Quick pass into the slant, into the flat. Nothing doing. Nice defensive play. Austin Ruffins on the catch. The tackle made by Drayton Davis-Reed for West Valley, and that's a loss of a yard on the play. A rare loss on a play for Eastmont. That'll bring up 2nd down and 11. Talley in the backfield, split out left side for the Wildcats, Logan Easley. And to the right, Austin Ruffins. He's in the slot behind Everhart. Double handoff. Here comes Talley. No, it's not Talley. It's Ruffins. Has room across the 20. That's an Eastmont 1st down all the way out to the 24-yard line and a gain of about 13. Ruffins got a nice-looking player. Stevie's only a freshman. Austin Ruffins, 6 foot, 170-pound freshman.
Number 17 with enough for the 1st down.
That's him.
Well, and that's what the Wildcats wanted to do. I mean, they needed to move the ball up. You want to chew up some clock, try to get in scoring position.
That's it's excellent analogy. They want to burn clock. You're already up by 37. Everhart, handoff is inside this time, and a beautiful one at Austin Popoff across the 35 to the 36-yard line. That's a gain of about 13 once again.
His first carry of the night for a 1st down. Clock's going to move when they move the chains at 8:40. It's moving now.
Boy, Eastmont just about does anything they want on the ground, and they have this wing tee offense down, I hate to say it, to a T, but they really do.
Well, I think it confuses a lot of defense because there's so much movement in the backfield.
Absolutely. Misdirection, and Everhart back to pass, short 3-step drop, and a miscommunication between him and the extended receiver, Dylan Esparza. And it goes onto the turf, incomplete, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, I think Everhart threw it where he wanted to. I think he was looking for Esparza to do a hook route and come back to it, and he didn't. He was still moving downfield.
2nd down and 10. Ball at the Wildcat 35-yard line. much more deliberate here now in this second half. And why not with this 37-0 lead? It looks like the fans across the way from Spokane might be a little chilly, Steve, and they may run into some weather on their way home tonight. I hope not. Here's Everhart now on this 2nd down and 10. And we've got a whistle before the play. This is going to be motion. It was Logan Easley moving from right to left in the backfield. And yet another penalty on the Eastmont Wildcats. Bring up 2nd down and 15 now.
5-yard penalty at the 30-yard line. And
it's been pretty much spread around, these penalties, offense and defense. They've both been guilty just about equally tonight. As Eastmont now faces 2nd down and long from their own 30-yard line with 8:12 left to go, 3rd quarter. Everhart under center. Handoff up the middle. Talley, first time we've heard his name in a while, and he gets across the 45 to the 50, still moving those legs all the way to the West Valley 48-yard line.
Carson Talley, the ball carrier.
23-yard scamper by Talley, easily, I should say, the number 1 ground gainer offense tonight for either club.
First down.
It's a great running back, isn't he? Keeps those legs moving.
Well, and his gravity is he's got such a low center of gravity, he's hard to bring down.
Fake handoff. No, it goes right side, and nobody fooled that time on the running play to Austin Popoff. And a nice defensive play by Jacob Geiger, 6'3", 195-pound sophomore for West Valley. Loss on the play.
Yeah, second carry of the night for Popoff. Loss of about 5. You're going to call it 2nd and 15.
Only the 2nd loss on a play in this entire game for Eastmont. And this might be the longest drive they've had all night, too. Only 5 plays their longest drive. This is the 6th play of this drive. As we creep up on 7 minutes now left to go in the 3rd quarter. 2nd down and 15. Everhart once again under center with Talley behind him. Handoff. There's Talley again up the middle, and he's got blockers ahead of him. The 35 gets down to the 30, lowers his shoulder, and then goes out of bounds at the 27. 21 yards on that carry for Talley. What a runner he is. And Steve, how lucky are we to have Nathan Blauman at Wenatchee High School, maybe the best running back in the Big 9, if not the 2nd best, next to Carson Talley right here in this valley. 2 great running backs.
Well, and they both have very similar styles from the backfield.
1st and 10. Eastmont on the move again now, 27-yard line. Talley up to the 25, and that might be one of his shortest runs of the night. Give him 3 yards.
Carson Talley, the Wildcat ball
6:20, clock moving here. Eastmont looking for that magical score, which will put them over a 40-point spread. That means a running clock for the Wildcats here the rest of this half. Everhart shotgun. He's getting the Eagles to move, and I think he did it. And it's going to be an encroachment penalty on the West Valley defense.
155 yards so far for Talley tonight from the backfield.
What a game. Carson Talley after fantastic game last week as well. The last game we broadcast for the Eastmont Wildcats. Talley once again 100 yards in that game.
That's only the 4th penalty on the Eagles for 20 yards so far.
Boy, it's been lopsided, that's for sure. 2nd down and 3 now for Eastmont. Hasn't affected the Wildcats too much. The ball is at their 21-yard line. Handoff, gets time the left side, lowers his head and crosses the 15 to about the 13. That's enough for another Eastmont 1st down in about 7 yards. That time on the carry for the Wildcats was Logan Easley. This coming up the 10th play of this drive for Eastmont. And Steve, we're also coming up on almost 5 minutes of clock used on this drive for Eastmont as well. 1st down and 10. The Eastmont Wildcats can get a 1st down without scoring a touchdown here with the ball at the 13-yard line. Everhart under center. Talley behind him. Handoff, and it's a pitch out wide to Corbin Keys. He's got the edge, 10-5, and he is going to fumble the football at the 1. It looks like he stepped out of bounds first, though. The referee right there on top of that play. That would have been a fumble, and Aluja Rollins thought he might have had it, but no. It's Eastmont football, and that'll be a 1st down again, all the way down to the 1, gain of 12 yards.
Well, a big break for the Wildcats because that ball was out and loose. I'm not sure that he stepped out of bounds, but I think the ball hit out of bounds when it was ripped loose.
Corbin Keys on that carry. And the Wildcats first and goal now with 5:03 left to go here in the third quarter. Everhart under center. There's Talley right behind him, and he kind of deserves another touchdown here, the game he's had tonight. Handoff. It's a fake. Everhart will keep it and crosses the goal line. Touchdown, Wildcats. 1 yard run for the quarterback, Carson Everhart.
There's the ball for an Eastmont touchdown.
And that makes it a 43-0.
And the clock is running. Even though the clock would be stopped for the extra point, clock just runs now. This is high school's version of the mercy rule.
It really
is what they call it.
It is. Oscar Mago on for the extra point try. He's been perfect so far tonight. Hope I didn't jinx him. This one off to the right a little bit, but still squeaks in there. And it's good. 4 minutes, 21 seconds. Clock still moving. Our score, Eastmont 44 and West Valley nothing. We're back here in 30 seconds.
14 seconds remaining.
No calories, no sweeteners, all smiles. Bubbly sparkling water. Crack a smile.
And we're back at Wildcat Stadium. The kickoff and a short return out to the 25-yard line, and a flag comes flying in. Haven't seen a preliminary indication what that's all about yet, as we have a running clock now here as the Eastmont Wildcats lead it 44-0. And let's see what the call is here on this kickoff return. It's like a tripping call.
Against Eastmont.
Well, we have seen just about every kind of call possible against Eastmont tonight. Pretty unbelievable, actually, as Eastmont will get another penalty walked off against them. It's only the second possession of this second half for West Valley, and that'll help and improve their field position immensely, as they will have the ball now at their own 44-yard line.
Tripping in high school is a 15-yard penalty.
You just don't see it very often, that's for sure.
Pretty good field position now for the Eagles.
Matt Allen back there at quarterback still. Handoff left side. There's the running back Smeltzer, and he's had a pretty good night. A nice run across the 50 into Eastmont territory. Isaac Smeltzer, a 155-pound senior, and a nice gain of 8 yards.
Dangerously close to a horse collar tackle by the defense.
Well, that's about the only penalty they haven't had called on him tonight, so maybe that's coming up. We're going to see some substitutes come in for the Wildcats, I have a feeling here, too, so get that roster out, Steve, or I guess I should. There'll be a lot of new names out there pretty quick. Second down and short, 2nd and 2, ball at the Eastmont 48-yard line, handoff in the backfield, and that's where the running back will pretty much stay. Maybe across the line of scrimmage for a half-yard gain, and that's about it. Good defense once again in on the stop. Dominic Torres for the Eastmont Wildcats. No gain brings up 3rd down and 2.
Smeltzer once again trying to break through the line of scrimmage.
And Steve, it's hard to do when you're only 5'10", 155 pounds for Smeltzer.
Yeah, not a very big kid.
Neither is the other running back, Malachi Clark, a little bit heavier at 172 pounds. 3rd down and short now for West Valley. Clock still moving at 1:40 left, 3rd quarter. Allen shotgun. Handoff, and he is going nowhere, and that's Isaac Smeltzer again, and that'll be a loss of at least 4, maybe 5 yards for West Valley, and that brings up 4th down, and the punting unit back out on the field for West Valley.
Eastmont linebacker read that really well and just shot the gap before he could ever get out of the backfield.
Steve, I know you're midfield, but at what point do you go for it here on 4th? You're down 44-0, and it's really not that bad a down in distance. 4th down and 5, but West Valley will punt it away again. The very dangerous Wesley McElwain back to receive this kick. Torres almost blocked it. McElwain, he wants a return here, and he picks it up at the 17. Look out. 25-30. Cuts it back center of the field. 40. 45. He's going to go. He's got blockers in front of him. 30. No flags down. Touchdown, Wesley McElwain. 66 yards. Wow, just like that. Is he an exciting player or what?
Wow. Unbelievable.
The 6 foot, 175-pound senior, I believe that's his 3rd punt / kickoff return for a touchdown this season for Eastmont, and we are now at 50-0 as this 3rd quarter about to wind down. And Oscar Mago onto the field for and it's good as the 3rd period ends. Our score, Eastmont 50 and West Valley nothing. 4th quarter coming your way on the NCW Life Channel in 60 seconds. Stay with us.
Hi, I'm Ricardo, and this is Amanda, and we are from Impact Auto Sales.
Where you can expect a hassle-free car buying experience. With our wide selection of used cars, trucks, and SUVs, let one of our friendly sales staff help you find the vehicle that fits your lifestyle. We have financing available for all credit types and great low rates for first-time buyers. Call us today at 888-8000 or stop by 3522 State Highway 97A in Wenatchee. Impact Auto Sales, where we strive to make an impact on your life and not your wallet.
JDSA Law is a proud sponsor of these local sports broadcasts. They've been serving North Central and Eastern Washington since 1946. For over 70 years, their team of dedicated professionals has delivered quality, innovative legal services. JDSA Law partners with you to provide the finest legal advice and support as you navigate your personal and business challenges, risks, and accomplishments. At JDSA Law, they salute our local athletes and wish them well on another excellent season of competition.
Gregerson with the kickoff for the Wildcats. It goes down to the 3-yard line. The run back for West Valley. And with the football, it's number 11, Micah Peterson. A pretty nice run back across the 30 to about the 32-yard line. And that's where West Valley will begin this drive. Once again, at their own 32. Clock is moving and will continue to move throughout this quarter with 11:40 left in this 4th quarter. Steve, what a dominating performance by Eastmont Wildcats. I know they're playing a 2A school, but this is a good 2A football team. West Valley ranked 5th in the state.
Well, remember, and they beat the Wildcats last year, and they were a 2A school then. Both teams were at 3-0. I don't think, do I think the Wildcats were a better team? Probably yes. Do I think we'd have a 51-0 score? Absolutely not.
No, that's totally true. Matt Allen out there once again at quarterback.
Fumble.
And the ball is loose. Who's got it? I think West Valley did cover it at about the 28-yard line. That'll be a loss of about 4, maybe 5 yards.
Dominic Henley leading the tackling.
I think West Valley at this point, Steve, they also want to just get on that bus and get the heck out of here.
Well, Allen has a net plus 7 yards tonight with all the losses he's taken from scrimmage.
It's been a tough night offensively for these Eagles, that's for sure. Clock moving still at 10:37 now. Allen in shotgun. He's just going to keep it on a quarterback draw up the middle and trying to burn some of this clock, I have a feeling. That's a gain of 4 up the middle of the field, up to about the 33-yard line.
On the attackers, Skyler.
I think a lot of the starters still out there pretty much for Eastmont. There might be a few new players out there. I see Sean Ely Dye, a 6'2", 210-pound junior, is getting some playing time out there. He does play quite a bit on the defensive side of the ball as we bring up 3rd down and 9 now for West Valley in bad need of a first down, which they, I don't think, have had here in this second half, or very few.
This is going to be encroachment, I believe, against the Wildcats.
Wow. Alex DeFore, 6'3", 240-pound lineman. He's only a sophomore, along with Max Prazer on that defensive line, a perennial great defender for Eastmont. And that moves it up 5 yards, and that gives West Valley now a 3rd and 4 instead of a 3rd and 9.
121 yards in penalties.
Unbelievable.
Unofficially.
And I'm sure Eric will have a chat with Coach Dunn about that in the coaches' interview next week. 3rd down for Allen. Play action. He's going to roll to his right. Will he make it to the first down marker? No, as he gets taken out of bounds at about the 39. That'll only be a gain of 2 over there. And a nice, very nice defensive play by the Eastmont Wildcats. Skylar Daw, 5'10", 185-pound linebacker coming in now to make that play.
I think the Eagles, Grant, are going to go through the motions now. They're not going to come back from a 51-0 deficit. So we'll see if they look like they're setting up for the punt formation. But what's the point in going for a 4th and 4 when you're down 51?
Well,
really?
I guess that's true, but watch for anything here, I have a feeling also. Here's the kick, and he does kick it away. It's a wobbly, low punt. It just dies. Steve, it looked like one of your 9-irons right there.
I wish my 9-iron backed up like that.
As it stops at the 42-yard line, and Eastmont will take over offensively from there. Well, that thing just stopped, didn't it? Crazy. Tonight's broadcast also brought to you by the Weinstein Beverage Company, a family-owned business proud to support local high school teams. You can find them on Facebook and follow them on Instagram. It's WeinsteinBeverage.com. 1st and 10 Wildcats with 8 minutes left to go here now. Everhart's still in there. No, he's not at quarterback. We've got Ivan Corona now at quarterback, and a handoff, nothing doing up the middle, and it's stopped quickly. And on that handoff and in the run is Jojo Buchholz for Eastmont. Got a lot of substitutes in there now. Try to get all those names for you as we move along. Buchholz a little bit gimpy coming off to the sideline. Brings up 2nd down and about 11 to go for the Wildcats. Once again, the quarterback, Ivan Corona for Eastmont. Handoff, and it's around the outside. A lot of backup linemen in there as well, and that's going to be another loss on that carry. This time with the run for the Wildcats is Spencer Heimbigner. He's only a sophomore, 5'8", 155 pounds. Loss of 3 on that play. Just like that, it's 3rd down and long for the Wildcats. About 3rd and 17 now with 6:57 left to go. Ball at their own 35-yard line. All kinds of substitutes in there now. Dallas Long at center for Eastmont. Corona handoff goes to number 85. That's Cameron Pope around the left side. He had some room to run and then gets corralled at about the 44, the original line of scrimmage, and gets drugged down there, and that brings up 4th down. This is the second punt of the night for Eastmont. 1 punt in the first half and 1 punt here now in the second.
Clock continues to run on that moving clock. You can see it on your screen at home. 6:20 remaining in the football game.
And Steve, the weird part, that's only the 6th drive all night for Eastmont. 3 in the first half and 3 here in the second half. A lot of defensive scores tonight.
When you have somebody running for 46 yards and a touchdown, and then
75 yards.
Right.
Right.
I mean, you don't need a lot of plays from scrimmage.
True. A beautiful kick downfield. May have hit Everhart. It didn't. And that ball is going to be down at the 15-yard line. What a punt by the Wildcats. Braden Lopes, the 137-pound sophomore, takes West Valley all the way back down to their 16-yard line. This will be the 9th possession of the night for West Valley on offense, and they have just struggled tonight. I can count, at least just looking at my drive sheet, about 10 plays that have been for negative yardage for West Valley in this game. And they're down 51-0 with 5 minutes and 20 seconds left to go in the 4th quarter. Allen's still in there at quarterback. He hands it off to the backup running back who's in there now for West Valley, and a nice job. It looks like maybe a first down on the first play of this drive all the way up to the 27-yard line, and it will be a gain of 11 for West Valley, and a nice run by Danny Mercado that time, the backup running back.
A couple of college football games. Penn State beat Maryland. It's almost a score like this one, 59-0 earlier tonight. Out of the Pac-12, Arizona State and Cal are tied up. There's a minute left in the first half.
Arizona State's a good team this year.
They are a good team this year.
So we're under 5 minutes, and we're right at 5 minutes. Now the clock is stopped. Unusual. I think we might have had an injured player, don't you, Steve? That I was.
Well, they look like they're making a substitution over there. A couple of them, actually.
So substitutes coming into the game. Didn't know you stopped the clock for that, but. So I'm not sure if it's Allen at quarterback still or not. We do have subs in there now. The handoff, regardless, goes up the middle, and the pile tries to get pushed forward, and it does a few yards up to the 30-yard line. With 4:44 left to go, and on that carry, once again, the starter, Isaac Smeltzer, the 5'10 senior. He's going to take a breather now, and he's going to head to the sideline. Malachi Clark, he's done for the night. Boy, they're dejected over there, Steve. You know West Valley hoped to play a lot better football game than what they played here in Eastmont tonight.
Well, I'm sure they did, and there's nothing worse than getting 51-0 and then having a 3.5-hour bus ride.
Exactly right, and they might run into weather. We hope not, as we mentioned. 2nd down and 8. Handoff left side across the 30 by the jersey. He tackled down there by Dominic Henley, the sophomore for Eastmont. And on that carry is Carson Dunbar, 5'9", 150-pound sophomore for West Valley. Clock dips under 4 minutes left to go now. Running out on the field, Cole Avey, 5'10", 230-pound sophomore for Eastmont. A lot of sophomores out there now for this Wildcat team. Also at quarterback is Nick Toole for West Valley. He's a junior, 5'10", 150 pounds. 2 receivers split out right side, 1 to the left. We're approaching 3.5 minutes now left in the game. Pass over the middle, and it's picked off by the Wildcats. Dominic Henley, will he go? 5-yard line into the end zone. I think he made it, or did he? The 1-yard line. Wow, that was so close. Almost a pick six for the Wildcats.
Well, Henley, a 6 foot, 160-pound. He's just a sophomore. Stepped right in front of that pass on a seam route across the middle.
3 interceptions, 2 fumbles now on the night for West Valley, and it has just been that kind of night for these Eagles. With 2:56 left, remember the clock just keeps on running here.
So here's my question now. Are they running plays from offense, or do they take a knee and just mercifully call it a
think
night?
you got to run at least a play with 2:40 left. You can't take a knee already.
Based on the performance, I think they score on the first play from scrimmage.
What would you do, Steve? Take a knee?
I'm a merciful guy.
Yeah, Corona under center here. What's going to happen? He is going to hand it off right up the middle, but nothing doing as he does get flung forward. The running back that time, Adrian Vivanco. He's a senior, 5'7", 150 pounds. So Eastmont's going to try it, Steve, but I don't think it's going to be anything fancy to get it in that end zone.
Well, it'll look good on the statistics, if nothing else.
It will. It really will. Corona under center, the backup quarterback for Eastmont. Running backs in motion, fake pitch on the outside. The running back goes up the middle. Touchdown, Wildcats. Let's catch that number. It is number 10, Adrian Vivanco, the 5'7", 150-pound senior. And he is in the scorebook, and we are at 57-0. As Oscar Mago comes back on for the extra point try. He's been perfect so far tonight. Boy, he's been busy. He's got a sore right leg tomorrow.
He's going to have to soak his leg.
Clock, as we mentioned, will continue to move. 1:18 left to go. Snap and hold good. The kick up by Mago is down the middle, and it's good. 1:10 left to go. We might as well keep it here because this clock may run out on us. I do want to mention one more sponsor tonight, and thank you so much to all our sponsors of football here on the NCW Life channel. It's Harvest Valley Pest Control. You can be rest assured that Harvest Valley Pest Control uses kid and pet safe material around your home or office. Call today for your free estimate. Both teams on their respective sidelines, visiting with their coaches. I don't think anybody in any hurry to get their teams back out on the field.
I don't think they'll even get the kickoff off because they haven't blown the whistle to even start the play clock.
Yeah, I think you're right, Steve. I don't, really what's the use, but it looks like Eastmont will get out there. What a nice win for the Wildcats here tonight. It's 58-0, 17 seconds left, and I don't think we're going to get a kickoff.
Those of you at home can hear the PA announcer imploring the fans to help pick up garbage after the game tonight. They do it all when they play in high school.
And that's going to do it here, Steve. The clock just allowed to run out. And the Eastmont Wildcats will move to a perfect 4-0 on the season as they just destroy the visiting West Valley Eagles of Spokane. Our final score here from Wildcat Stadium, Eastmont 58 and West Valley nothing. We'll keep it here. 2 minutes. We'll come back and wrap it up with final games to stats and more. Once again, our final, Eastmont 58 and West Valley nothing, back in 2 minutes.
When the people you serve are your friends and family, you see the world a bit differently. You understand that your survival depends on the health and strength of your relationships. Your word is your reputation, and that doing the right thing is the only way of life that matters. At Confluence Health, we remain humble. Trust is a gift that is earned, a privilege, an honor. And we remain grateful for the trust you place in our hands.
No calories, no sweeteners, all smiles. Bubbly sparkling water. Crack a smile.
At Town Toyota, we believe in our community, and we're proud to support this broadcast of local sports. Town Toyota defines reliability and value in both its products and in the dealership itself. We are home to legendary products like the RAV4, Highlander, and Camry, not to mention Tundras and Tacoma trucks. Of course, we offer service for everything we sell and a great selection of pre-owned and certified vehicles as well. So enjoy the game and visit Town Toyota for all your automotive needs.
JDSA Law is a proud sponsor of these local sports broadcasts. They've been serving North Central and Eastern Washington since 1946. For over 70 years, their team of dedicated professionals has delivered quality, innovative legal services. JDSA Law partners with you to provide the finest legal advice and support as you navigate your personal and business challenges, risks, and accomplishments. At JDSA Law, they salute our local athletes and wish them well on another excellent season of competition.
Grant Olson and Steve Sandman back high above Wildcat Stadium, where it was all Eastmont tonight against the visiting West Valley Eagles. Our final score, Eastmont 58 and West Valley nothing. And it was one of those nights, Steve. It wasn't an offensive showcase by any means for the Wildcats. We'll get to those stats in a second, but it was all defense for Eastmont tonight. And you can tell why they're the #1 defense so far this season in the Big Nine.
Well, absolutely. And I think one of the things this shows me tonight is I think we're headed to an unbelievable showdown between Eastmont and the Panthers. Last game of the year, November 4th. No, it'll be on Thursday night.
Right.
Here at Wildcat Stadium.
It's going to be something.
And I think that'll be a classic between these two rivals.
Isn't that going to be just like last year? I mean, it came down to that final game, really, and it was just amazing. I think we're going to have that kind of atmosphere once again tonight. One thing about it, we didn't mention Carson Payne, the longtime starting offensive lineman and defensive lineman for Eastmont, did not play tonight. Coach Don told Eric he may have a torn ACL, and that would be really unfortunate for the Wildcats. He's Mr. Everything on both sides of the ball.
Well, he is, and unfortunately, that kind of injury puts you out for the rest of the season.
Boy, it really does. And you hate to see young people have those kinds of injuries, that's for sure.
Because there's only 6 games left. When there's 10 in a season, they've played 4 now at 4-0.
All right, let's take a look at our final game stats, Steve.
Well, total yardage, these are all unofficial, 259 for the Eastmont Wildcats. Everhart had 48 on the ground, and he threw for another 55 through the air. But the big story was Talley tonight, Grant.
Boy, yes.
157 yards on the ground. He had 3 touchdowns, one of them that 75-yard run right after we got started in the second half. And then it was pretty much spread out all over that. That great play by McElwain, 77 yards when he returned that, the kick. And he was off to the races. He's got like a second gear on him once he finds the open field. And so does Talley once he gets through the line.
This guy has a great nose for the open field, and he's just a football player. McElwain, a great defensive back. We didn't get to call his name a whole bunch tonight, but when they're throwing, that kid is so athletic out there, and he really showed it tonight.
But I think one of the things that the Wildcats really have to pay attention to as they move into next week, because they start league play next Friday against the other West Valley. This one down in Yakima, which is part of the Big Nine. But they had 14 penalties for 121 yards tonight. And the fact that West Valley couldn't mount any offense, I think the Wildcats were lucky there. But when they started these Big Nine games, they cannot have this many penalties or they're going to run into problems.
You're totally right. And it was a defensive showcase here for Eastmont tonight. 5 punts forced on West Valley, a safety. 2 times the Eastmont defense had the ball back on downs, recovered a fumble, and intercepted the ball 3 separate times. So, Steve, it was great having you back. I love doing games with you.
Good to work with you again, my friend. It has been a while.
I do want to mention our next game, and it's going to be kind of unique considering the Wenatchee and Eastmont both out of town, Steve, next week. Our next broadcast will be in Kashmir as the Kashmir Bulldogs take on OMAC from Kashmir. Eric Granstrom on the call for that game, so that'll be kind of fun. We haven't done a Kashmir game in a long, long time.
Yeah, that will be fun. And they always field a pretty good football team.
Absolutely, undefeated so far this year, too.
They're always in contention in the 1A Caribou Trail League, and so is OMAC, so that should be a great game.
Looking forward to that. And I do want to thank our whole crew here tonight. That includes Jessica, Chelsea, Anna, and Josiah on camera. They are freezing right now and ready to warm up a little bit. Also, Malcolm back at our NCW Life studio running the show there. Great job, Malcolm. Tucker, as always, fantastic job in our live truck down below. And the ever-present and ever-vescent, how about that? Dan Kuntz, is he ever-vescent or is he ever-present?
Well, if you still believe in fizzies from a kid, then he is, or Alka-Seltzer.
Dan Kuntz, thank you as well for all your help. And folks, thanks for being with us tonight on another night of high school football here on the NCW Life Channel. Once again, our final score, Eastmont 58 and West Valley nothing. I'm Grant Olson for Steve Sandman, hoping you have a great weekend, and we'll talk to you again down the road.
Thanks for watching High School Sports on the NCW Life Channel. Tonight's broadcast was brought to you by Harvest Valley Pest Control, Dick's Heating and Air Conditioning, Global Car Care, Confluence Health, Les Schwab Tires, Biosports Physical Therapy, Impact Auto Sales, the Highlander Golf Course and Grill, Town Toyota, Automocha, JDSA Law, and Weinstein Beverage. This concludes today's coverage of high school sports on your home for local sports, the NCW Life Channel.